All right, I'm not sure if we are live or not yet. Let us see. Am I heard? Let us see. Hmm. Are we live or not? Am I heard, guys? All right, look like still we are not live. All right, am I heard? Am I heard, guys? All right, hello everyone. Peace of Christ, all of you. Rumble is a little bit different from YouTube, so I take a little bit of time for it to be on air. Actually, I clicked to go live almost 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago. And I don't know what do you see in your screen. Let me see. All right, you have to click at the video, and first is going to show you an ad, what you can do. And then our program will start. All right. So today we are going to talk, first of all, Merry Christmas for those who are celebrating Christmas according to the Orthodox Church calendar, which me personally, I believe it's more accurate than the Western one. If you are celebrating Christmas now, Merry Christmas. However, we are not really celebrating the day, we are celebrating the occasion, and we are enjoying it always. With the birth of Christ, we have a new birth for each one of us. It's our birthday, not only the Lord coming to us. So today we are going to talk about how Muhammad was under black magic. And you will see, you be the judge. By the way, my Skype is open, so if you are a Muslim, you like to join us for free. And we will welcome even Christians to join us. However, you need to share with us about the topic. So if a Christian want to call us, you need to focus with me in the topic. The topic is about the black magic. And what do you think about what's happening? Let us say, give me your thoughts. So as you see, I changed the way I'm doing things. Before I take only calls from Muslims. And for sure, we will prefer Muslims always to call us. However, Christians are welcome to call. And actually, I feel here way better than in YouTube. Here, at least I'm not worried about this stupid YouTube strike. I'm so it's so stressful. You cannot even keep your videos. You cannot do anything. Very awkward company, very disgusting. And what you expect from a company is located in San Francisco. Just imagine. So anyway, here somebody called Sheikh Asim, and all of you, Sheikh Asim is very famous. He's very smart. And by the way, he charged you $100 for 30 minutes. If you want to call him, he charged you for a private consultation $30, sorry, $100 for 30 minutes, which is very cheap, actually. I mean, that's very cheap, to be honest with you. I mean, from his time, 30 minutes, 30 minutes for $100, that is so cheap. Unbelievable. So, Sheikh Asim, he been asked a question, and let us hear it.
Sagar says, or Sagar, is it possible to know who has done black magic on you? There isn't, to my knowledge, any machine or a device that you can hook up in a patient and it tells you that reading and analyzes the system that this man has like 3 jinn possession, 1 male, 2 females, and 3 of them are Jews. And it cannot tell you that you have evil eye or envy, and it cannot tell you that you have black magic done for you in Transylvania, in Romania, for example, or whatever.
Yeah.
This is, there isn't anything like this to my knowledge. So the only way that you can know that you have black magic on you, one is by angels coming and telling you, as happened to the Prophet ﷺ. And of course, after the Prophet is dead, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, angels don't come to us and tell us anything.
That's it.
The second
Are you listening, people? So a guy, his name is Saqar, he asked Sheikh Asim, if there is a way to know if somebody did a black magic for you. Sheikh Asim, as we heard him saying, well, no, there is no machine. And, like if somebody, he mentioned Transylvania because a lot of Romanian people, they believe in this stupid black magic thing. They are still from the pagan time, even though they are Christians today, right? But there's a lot of them still are connected to their roots as the time when Romania was pagan. So he mentioned that because a lot of people there still until now they believe in stupid black magic. And this black magic thing, it's a way always to make people fear you. Like let's say you claim that you are a person who can do black magic to someone, then those people they will be in fear from you. They avoid you. They try to be friendly to you. They try to make you happy. You get a lot of benefit from making people fearing your anger because you can do black magic to them. You don't want that to happen to you. So it's always used against the naive ones and the stupid ones. For us as a Christian, we don't believe in black magic. Even in the Bible, it's mentioned magic, but magic in the Bible is not about magic. It's about being possessed. Because people do not know. Like they say, oh, this guy have a magic. But we as a Christians, we know that there is an evil spirit, and this evil spirit can possess a person, and can, control him. But this is absolutely not a magic. But here we have a problem now. He just said that only in the time of Prophet Muhammad, angels used to come and tell us if we have magic or black magic. Because since then, the angels don't come to us no more. And here you ask yourself, why the angels came to Muhammad to tell him, but they will not tell you?
that you have black magic on you, one is by angels coming and telling you, as happened to the Prophet ﷺ. And of course, after the Prophet is dead, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, angels don't come to us and tell us anything.
Right.
The second way is that a person claims to know the future, or his jinn ask him to worship it, and he does, and they sneak and leak some information about what had happened to that person. And this is shirk. Seeking the help of jinn.
Guys, unless a genie from the ball, he sneak and he leak. In case you do not know what they are talking about, the pagan Mohammedan religion full of fiction stories. Muhammad, he told them, there is some genies, they try to spy at Allah. And they try to sneak and leak. They sneak at Allah and they leak information from Allah, brother. And then they can tell you. But this is haram. Haram, brother. We cannot take information from the genie. We cannot. It's forbidden. So Allah, he stopped sending the angels to tell us, but he could not stop the genie from sneaking and leaking at him. But isn't it in the Quran, it says that Allah will shoot any genie he tried to get close to heaven to sneak at Allah and to leak? Here you see the fictions and the superstitions of this stupid religion. Listen again.
To us and tell us anything. The second way is that a person claims to know the future, or his jinn ask him to worship it, and he does, and they sneak and leak some information about what had happened to that person. And this is shirk. Seeking the help of jinn and claiming that you can unveil what is unseen to you. This is shirk.
This is shirk.
So nowadays you cannot.
You cannot.
And you don't need to. So many people have cut their kinship, severed their kinship with their uncles, with their siblings. some with even their parents, because they went to a soothsayer and they told them that your father did this, your mother did that, your cousin, etc. And they believe that. And this is totally prohibited. It renders your prayer of 40 days unaccepted if you just go for the fun of it. But if you believe what they're saying to be the truth, this nullifies your Islam totally. May Allah Azza wa Jal.
So what's the solution now? No solution, right? So what is the solution? What we will do? So the person is asking you a question. You say to him, there's no solution. Not only that, he says you go to the fortune teller and he tell you. So the Muslim, they believe really in fortune teller. You know, fortune teller are just nothing but a scam. And only stupid, I have to say the word as it is, only stupid people, you know, they believe in such a thing. You know, I met many of those people actually, and each time I corner them in 2 seconds. Like, you know, if I am a fortune teller, shouldn't I tell myself my fortune, how fortune I can be? And I mean, what kind of a job I'm doing if I can tell the future? Shouldn't I go and buy the lotto and win? Those fortune teller, you know, they get married, they get divorced, they do. So if you know the future, why you can avoid the bad. If you're a person who know the future, if I know now, right now, if I go downstairs, a car will hit me. Why I want to go downstairs? I will not go. If I know if I do this business and this business will be a good business for me, if I knew the future, I would do it right now. So fortune teller is just a lie. Does not exist. Nobody knows the future. The Muslim believe that a genie, he come from the sky and he steal information, as we see in the Quran. The Quran is nothing but a collection of stupid stories, you know, mentioned by the Persian and the Indian before about genies. You know, the one who believe in genies actually is coming all the way from Persia and from India. So according to the Quran, let us switch to Arabic. In chapter 15, verse number 18, and you can read the verses before it too. Supposedly Allah, he says he made the sky guarded. The sky is what? Is guarded. What does that mean? What guarded mean? I mean, nothing can get into it, you know? It's not, you see, the Muslim, by the way, sometimes they use this verse, lying, say this is about the atmosphere. But this is about the opposite of the atmosphere. It's about us not able to go out from the earth, not the atmosphere preventing, or let us say, melting any solid object coming to the earth because it's coming at a very high speed and go through the atmosphere full of gas, and that will make a lot of contact and will heat it up and usually destroy it. But here it's the opposite. It's about we made the sky decorated with towers of stars. The translation is not too accurate. And we made it like a decoration for the beholder, which means to see. But all of us, we knew that this is false because most of the stars we don't even see. Actually, what we see is nothing compared to what is there. Our eyes cannot reach the stars, you know. And according to the Quran, all the sky is created in the lowest heaven, all of it. But we know that this is false. What lowest heaven? So, and then the verse after it, it says, and we have guarded the near heaven. Do you see here it says near heaven to us? Why? Because this is where the stars is. From every outcast shaitan. It is outcast shaitan, and shaitan is not cast. I thought all shaitan are cast. So Quran again is a stupid, you know, stupid book. So he guarded the sky from shaitan. What the shaitan would do? Except him, the devil. Huh? How you are casting, how you are protecting, how you are guarding, and now you are saying there's an exception. Except the shaitan, there's no devil here, by the way. Even you might say the word devil is the same as shaitan, but this is a false translation still. Except him, him is exception for here, the first verse. The shaitan, the outcast shaitan. Uh, and there is a reason, by the way, to make a difference between the devil and shaitan, but maybe we can speak about this in different way, different time. So, except him, which is a shaitan, that gain hearing by stealing he pursued by a clear flaming fire. So, a shaitan, he go up to heaven, where is the stars, and he is able to sneak and peek at Allah. And then he come back with information and he tell the fortune teller with those stories. Now, who in the world don't believe in such a garbage? Obviously, this is just, it's not even good for kids. What is this? Shaitan, okay, and how Shaitan, okay, Shaitan, he arrived to the nearest heaven, but Allah is in the seventh heaven. If you remember the story of Muhammad, there is 7 gates, 7 floors, 7 heaven. Actually, the heaven of Allah is 100 floor. So Shaitan, he entered the lowest heaven. How he was able to sneak the information about the future? Is the information about the future is stored in the first heaven? What does that mean? He's, and in the verse, it's so clear how he take the information is by hearing it. So if we go now between the stars, we will hear information about me. Who's talking about me between the stars? Who's talking about you between the stars? Remember those shaitan, they are going to steal specific information. And how they steal it? By hearing. So who's talking? Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? And remember, our topic today is about Muhammad and the black magic, but we wanted to prepare you for understanding first what the Muslim believe in this magic thing. Islam is just a collection of stupid stories. None of them make sense. If you have a kid and you tell him there is a Shaitan, he go to God, and he spy at God, and God he is talking in the lowest heaven, and then he come back and he tell the fortune teller. What do you think this is? How much convincing this story is for someone is like 10 years old? I don't want to say someone he is adult. I want to say to someone 10 years old. How much it is convincing for such a child. And those questions the Muslims they ask to their sheikh. You notice that the Muslim sheikhs they make fun of them, they make money out of them, and they cannot really give any answer. Let us go to Zakir Naik. May Allah be with him. Shall we? Zakir Naik is the best. Forget about the rest.
My name is Mehdi Ahmadi. I'm a researcher in history, political science, and I'm currently studying in computer science. My question is pertaining to Jadoo or magic or...
Guys, listen to this. The guy is studying computer science, and he's still the idiot. He believes in a black magic. Computer science. And look at the Abduls. The religion of the Abdulism is one of the most silly, stupid ever. So it doesn't matter how much we study and we have education. Now you want to convince me that there is somebody, he made a knot for me, and he control me, and I am a prophet. Not only just that is stupid to believe, But I am a prophet of God, which means I have a specific message. There's no way God will let it happen to me. So this guy is going to ask about Muhammad. And here in the title it says there is a remedy for that. Listen carefully.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mehdi Ahmadi. I'm a researcher in history, political science, and I'm currently studying in computer science.
Sorry,
My
history
question is
political
pertaining to
science, not
Jadoo
computer science.
or
Sorry.
magic, or by whatever name you would like to address it. I won't go into specifics, but a certain family member recently found a piece of paper in which was supposedly some elements of negativity, which they felt was of this nature. And they themselves indulged in similar practices to obtain a remedy for it, believing that this is wrong. I was wondering if you could shed some light on this matter.
Well, that's the question that what do I have to say about black magic and what's the remedy? As far as black magic is concerned, there is something like black magic. The Quran mentions that in Surah Falaq, mentioned Surah Baqarah, there is black magic, it does exist. But we should not involve in black magic. We should not do it. We should have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as far as the remedy is concerned, the last two surahs, the Muwazzatain, Surah Falaq and Surah Nas, were revealed for this. These two surahs are the remedy for black magic. Now, see, one thing is that normally, whenever people think...
Did you see the Abdul in the last scene? Hold on, let me go back to the Abdul here. This Abdul, look at this Abdul. This Abdul is like, what? There is what? Remedy? This guy is a medical doctor. There is what? Remedy? And what you do? You read Quran? So how come this remedy did not work for Muhammad? Muhammad reading Quran every day. Muhammad himself, he is the prophet of Allah. Translate? Okay, I will translate. بدأت question. It's saying that he found the paper in the house and the paper obviously the black magic. So what does you think? Brother, first of all, black magic within the Quran and mention known verses. Let's not the Baqarah. And that is the brother. So therefore, there is no question that the black magic is true. Our brother, we have a remedy for this. And don't worry about it. So first of all, you can do the remedy by reading the Quran. Like, what the heck? As long the remedy is in the Quran, so why Muhammad was, some stories say 6 months, some stories say a year about Muhammad and the black magic. All what you need to do, read the Quran, you idiot. But what we know that Muhammad, Allah, he sent him 2 angels and they made a surgery. And what the heck? Hey guys, don't forget to invite your friends. As you see here, people do not know much about us yet in Ramble because YouTube keeps striking me, so I cannot go in my big channels there. So invite your friends, share. Before I forget, we made a code. We made a code where people they can scan to find me. Maybe you can share that with your friends. Let me see, where is the pictures before we continue? All right. Maybe I should add that to my video in the screen. All right. So if you have a friends and you want to share with them how to find me, let me zoom out. Give me a second. Simply, they can scan this code. You can copy it from my Patreon page. All right. I hope it's coming from your side clear. So you can share it with your friends in Twitter, Facebook. The easiest way to find Christian Prince and Ramble, people they scan it and they click on after the scan, they click at the link will appear on their screen and they can join us here. All right. Let me see if it's clear. All right. And by the way, if there is anyone knows how to make admins for the chat in Ramble, let me know. We are new to Ramble. We do not know really much about it. It's totally different from YouTube. YouTube is easier to deal with. Let me see. Is the code coming, guys, from your side, or it's the screen is not covering? Maybe I think it's not. Let us zoom in. Oh, okay. I think this is better now. So after I fix this, you can take a screenshot. The best way to take exactly a screenshot, correct one, is from Ramble. From Patreon. Yeah, this way you can they can find you. They can find you. They can find us. I mean, here, and they can join so easy. You do not need to give them a search for the name or give them a link. Simply, just they can scan this thing and they can find us. All right, we go back to our topic. Well, I think I will stay here, to be honest with you, because this YouTube is a waste. I cannot even keep my videos here. I can keep them. I'm not going to download delete my videos no more. So at least here, we make a video, the video stay. Aren't you all disgusted that I cannot keep my videos? I mean, you have to find my videos in different channels. Myself, I cannot keep my videos because they target me. They are just a bunch of animals. They have no shame. Here, we can keep the videos. You can come back, you can watch them, you can download them. Very simple. There, I mean, I'm making videos how many years? But you go to my channel, you find nothing. Why? Because YouTube treat me very nice. Actually, by now I should have millions of subscribers, not 155,000 in that channel. Right? I should have literally millions of subscribers. Where are they? Each time I reach 70, 80,000, 90, I mean less, they, take down my channel. And this is what they are trying to do now. I'm expecting them to take it down maybe in a month from now, or maybe a few weeks. So you build a channel, and you have 155,000, and then in one day it's gone. Did you ask yourself why I have too many channels? So if this is where it's secure, we will have less view maybe in the beginning, but people will come and people will find us. And people will be here. Again, you can take a screenshot for this code before we take it, and you can join with your friends. You can share it with them. This is how they can find me. Scan the code in your phone, and you will be able to find Christian Prince, and you can tell your friends too how to find me. Instead of telling them search or giving them a link, this code as an image will do the job. All right, we go back to Zakir and Yuka. And look at this Abdul. This Abdul is a thinker. We have to be honest here. This is the religion of the thinkers. You like it, you don't. Every Abdul who is in the religion of Abdulism is a thinker by birth. Isn't it? This is astonishing. And later, if somebody can tell me how to add users to, admins, so we can add admins. We have them from YouTube. We can add them as admins here, but here there's no easy option to click at the name and make him an admin like in YouTube. So I don't know how to do it. We will see. All right. So now Zakir Naik is going to give us the solution and the problem and the remedy.
Whenever people think that something is possessed, first thing is Allah says, ask the person who has knowledge. Surah Nahl chapter 16 verse 43, Surah Anbiya chapter 21 verse number 7. Go to a doctor. If the doctor doesn't tell you the treatment or cannot treat the disease, go to a psychiatrist. Most of the people who claim to have black magic, they can be cured by doctors and psychiatrists. There can be possibilities that actually a jinn may have come and black magic may have taken place. But that case, you can follow the guidance of Quran and Sunnah. You can go to a person who's an expert in this field. But I'm sorry to say, most of the people who are experts in this field who claim, more than 99% are fake. More than 99% according to me. It is my analysis. More than 99% who claim that they can cure black magic, they are frauds. The moment you realize he's asking from you money, that means he's trying to make a fast buck. Do this, do that, give me so much money, 1,000 pounds, 2,000 pounds. He's trying to make a fast buck out of it. So there are people who are experts in this field. I know a couple of them in Saudi Arabia, mashallah, they're very knowledgeable. I don't know if anyone else otherwise. So if he's knowledgeable, we should realize that if we give the treatment from Quran and Sunnah, it is right. So I have to go to a specialist who specializes in the field. Hope that answers the question.
Guys, he solved the problem. Do you see? The problem is solved. Shouldn't we give him a hand too? What is the answer? What? And those who tell you they have a solution for black magic, 99% they are fraud. So there is 1% is true. Who is this 1%? You? Oh boy. Listen, Mohammedans. As long as you believe in a black magic, and we heard that if you read Quran, you can be cured from black magic. So why, your prophet, he was even need help? I mean, he is the prophet. If we heard Zakir Naik saying there's 1% chance, 1% chance that from those who claim that they knew how to solve black magic is exist, 1%. 99% they are fraud. Who can be the person who more qualified to fight black magic more than Muhammad himself? If so, why Muhammad could not do it? What make it even more funny, the Muslims believe that black magic cannot happen unless it is by the permission of Allah. So now we have another problem. We have a black magic, but it is done by Allah. So who is Allah? Because if Allah is the one who allow it, why Allah will allow the black magic on you or in Muhammad? Let us hear Mufti Menk, and you know him. See what he will say.
My brothers and sisters, there was a time when someone had blown into the knots that they had made of the blessed hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a comb.
Hey people, did you hear the word the blessed hair? Did you hear the blessed hair? Did you hear it? The blessed hair. Somebody blow the knots on the blessed hair of a Prophet Muhammad. The blessed. Even his hair is a blessed. How they control Muhammad? They blow knots. Okay, how you can, what is the, how, hold on. It is not. You know what knots mean? What do you mean he blow knots on the hair of Muhammad and the blessed hair of Muhammad? Obviously, Muslims don't worship Muhammad. His hair is a blessed, but they don't worship him. No way. His shit is a blessed. His piss is they drink his piss. They fight over it. There's a video of Muslims movie about how Muslim Sunni they fight over the shit, excuse my language, of the camel of Aisha. I'm not joking. We played the video for you many times. They were fighting over the shit of the camel of Aisha. This is not even Muhammad now. This is not even the shit of Muhammad. This is the shit of the camel of the wife of Muhammad. So now there is a time, once upon a time, there was a prophet. His name is Mumu. And somebody took hair and he blew knots on the hair. And what happened?
My brothers and sisters, there was a time when someone had blown into the knots that they had made of the blessed hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a comb, trying to engage in what is known as magic.
right?
against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, remember, nothing harms you except by the will, permission and knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So nothing can ever happen to you except if Allah has willed it, if Allah has written it, and if Allah knows about it, and He will know about it. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi.
Okay, hold on. Nothing can happen to you unless Allah, He willed it, which means it's the will of Allah. Muslims believe in destiny, predestiny. So now we need a question. We need an answer. We have a very serious question. The black magic happened to Muhammad to harm Muhammad by the will of Allah. Why? There is a Christian girl. She called this potato. And she said to him, I have a question. And this guy, he dodged the questions. You know, he claimed that he can answer them, but he is just a potato. So she asked him the following question.
If you'd like a detailed answer to that question, there is a whole video on my channel.
She asked him about his prophet being a pedophile. He refused to answer. There's a video in my channel.
It's titled, Why Did Your Prophet Marry a Young Girl?
Yes.
And you're welcome to watch that video. It's like a 17...
Yeah, and you say there is no shame on that. What the problem? What young girl? She's a child. You see how they manipulate the thing? Young girl? This is young girl? Is that really what it is? Young girl? Or a child?
I believe video where I go into like an extensive detail because it's
extensive detail. A big fat liar. He did not go to any details. He just said there's no shame on that. What the problem? He said, who is the one who decide what is right, what's wrong?
issue that needs extensive detail and explanation. So rather than me doing it again now, you can watch the video, which can save the time, basically.
Okay, so my second question is, why did Muhammad get cursed by a Jew for 6 months? And number one, God didn't do anything about it, and he was still cursed.
What did he? Sorry, wait. Because you talk very quickly, right?
Sorry.
Why did Prophet Muhammad did what?
Inside of I forgot what book it's in the Quran, but it says that Muhammad got cursed by a Jew for 6 months.
Okay, 1 second. I want to ask you a question.
Why didn't God protect him?
Yeah, I'm going to respond to that in a second. But who do you watch who tells you these things?
Oh, I guess fellow Christians. I bounced around a lot of servers around the internet. I've learned, and
do you find these Christians? Do you find these Christians making Bible circles in which they're preaching the Bible, or do you see them only speaking about Islam? And I want you to be sincere. Which one do you see them doing?
Whenever I talk to them, it's either they're debating or they're doing a circle. And sometimes, I bring up Islam to them because sometimes Muslim people join.
Look at this idiot. He want to shame the Christians. Why you are doing that? When his book from the first page is just insulting the Christians. So when we respond to them, they say, why you are doing that? Why those Christians are doing that? See, they are not good people. When all his program is about insulting the Christians, all his religion is about insulting. From the first page, please, Allah, don't make us like the lost Christians or the cursed Jews. The first chapter in the Quran. And now he is trying to avoid the question.
Join it. And they're like, oh, this is wrong. And then I say, oh, well, this and that. And then somebody else adds to the conversation.
No. I'm saying when they are there, when they start something, when they start whatever it is, a server, when they start something, are the main topics that they talk about is against Islam, yes or no?
No.
Okay. I don't think you, honestly, I don't want to judge you and say you're not being sincere, but I do think you're not being sincere there.
You are not being sincere now, okay? It's about Islam. So what the problem? Let us say it's against now. Okay, and? All your stupid religion is about fighting Christianity and Judaism.
But okay, let's go ahead, because all of these claims that you brought is not going to be from average Christians who just read their own Bible and all of us.
Those are not the stupid average ones. Those are the smart ones who they are educated. This is what you see saying? This is not an average Christian question. So when you know, if you are a Christian, you know that Muhammad was under the black magic, as Muslims they claim. This is not an average question from somebody. He is just a silly Christian. No, this is someone is a professional.
All of a sudden they came across these things,
That's
not the case. Those are people who dedicated their time to search for these things, and day and night, that's what they do. There's no way that you would encounter these things except if you watch those type of people.
Okay, now the whole idea is why the Prophet was controlled by a Jew. All this drama is just to avoid to answer the question. Abdul, why? She's asking you. why your God could not protect your prophet. Where is the answer?
Who just day and night just spread lies and
Lies. It's a lies. It is lies.
complete nonsense about what the Quran and Sunnah is saying. Okay, now let's get to your question. For me to demonstrate my point is that those people are just repeating nonsense. Can you show me now, where is it in the Quran or Hadith does it say that the Prophet Muhammad was cursed by a Jew? And why does it matter if he was cursed by a Jew or not? But show me.
Look. Now he do not know. Can you show me? He never heard of it. A second ago he said that those Christians, there's no way this is something known by an average, which means it's true. They are researching and they are finding things, right? Now he's denying it. Show me. He never heard of it.
Show me where first does it say that he was cursed by a Jew for 6 months? Where is that in the Quran?
Let me find it, because I know that I noted it somewhere.
Go ahead, please do.
It might take a little bit.
Where is it in the Quran? Does it say?
He went from the Quran. He went from the Quran. It cannot be from a different place. What if it's not in the Quran? Where you Muslim took it from? He knew the story is not in the Quran. Do you see how sneaky, beaky, coward they are? He knew that the story is not mentioned in the Quran. The story is mentioned in the Hadith. So he's asking this girl, she is 13 years old. Okay, can you show me in the Quran? Hey, Abdul, if you can tell this potato, if he dare to let me call him for 15 minutes, if he dare, I will call him. And you will see how you will be ashamed with such a stupidity. Show me in the Quran, you coward. Are you saying to me you do not know that this is a story in the Hadith, is not in the Quran? The details of the Quran speak about the knots and etc. But the Quran didn't give details about what happened. As usual, the Quran is just a stupid plain book. The story is in the Hadith. So now he's asking this little girl, show me the reference from the Quran.
Yeah, I'm just asking the question.
I just want to say, it most likely doesn't say it directly, because like I was watching you streaming. And this
even indirectly, it's okay. Even indirectly.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see, where does the Quran say, indirectly or directly, that a Jew cursed Prophet Muhammad for 6 months? Go ahead.
Okay, so while I'm looking for it, I have a question.
Before you...
He totally denied that he ever heard such a thing. Do you see? There's no such a thing. We have a billion videos in YouTube made by the Muhammad and speaking about Muhammad and their black magic, which is obviously a curse, a control, an evil control. Not cursed by God, it's an evil control, satanic control, supposedly. That's what they believe. Somebody, he used some words, he take a part of your body. And by the way, how the Jew, he took the hair of Muhammad. He was taking fleas from his ass because Muhammad was full of fleas. How he got the hair of the Prophet? So he avoided answering the girl, and he denied totally that such a thing exists. It's a big fat lie. Where it says that? But if you go, it take you 2 seconds, just search on YouTube, you will find all those very famous Abdulism cult agreeing that this is what happened.
My brothers and sisters, there was a time when someone had blown into the knots that they had made of the blessed hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a comb, trying to engage in what is known as magic against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Remember, nothing harms you except by the will, permission and knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So nothing can ever happen to you except if Allah has willed it, if Allah has written it, And if Allah knows about it, and He will know about it. So the Prophet ﷺ, one might ask, why did Allah allow this to happen to him when he was the most loved unto Allah? Well, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ.
And now he will answer you, he will start singing the Quran. And you will hear the answer translation, you will die laughing. I bet you will die laughing when you see what he's singing. They are asking him, why this is happening to Muhammad? Look what he will say.
في رسول الله أسوة حسنة. We always hear that there is a beautiful example in the Prophet ﷺ. If you were to follow him and him wholly and him alone, you would need nothing else.
So what does have to do with this? They are asking you why he have a black magic. You say because we need to follow him. How you want to follow somebody have a black magic? How you want to follow somebody controlled by the devil? This is what black magic means. And did he say to follow him and to follow him only? Did you hear it? The Muslim don't follow God, whatever their God name is. Their God is Muhammad. To follow him and follow him only. And now the one we follow him only is under the control of Satan. Okay. I have a message here from somebody saying, hello, Christian Prince, my good friend, he's a Catholic priest. He is delighted with your video crushing Islam, and he asked me to pass this. Congratulations for your courage, knowledge, and wisdom. Let me show you on the screen what this gentleman is saying. We will not show his name anyway. Again, if there is any Muslim would like to join us, please feel free. You can read it. All right. Okay, that many Muslims should meet the living Jesus. I told him I have no access to you, but he think I can get his message to you. He would also ask you if there is any touching point between Christianity and Islam apart from Abraham. Well, I have done my duty. Thank you. Okay. First of all, we have nothing. We have nothing even about the story of Abraham. This is absolutely a fabrication story. Even the name of Abraham in the Quran is wrong. Muhammad could not even quote his name correctly. In one place, Muhammad, he called him Ibrahim. In many places, another place he saw Abraham. So he didn't know even what the name. Same time, the story, according to Muhammad, is very funny and very naive and very, very child. It's like have nothing to do with Abraham. So Muhammad, he used names in his garbage religion in order to fool the Christians. So the name Jesus does not exist in the Quran. There's no Jesus. There's no Yeshua. There's no correct name in Hebrew. There's no correct name there's no correct name in Greek. There's no correct name in Aramaic. There's no correct name of anything. The only correct name I can say maybe in the Quran, or there is a few of them, like Israel. But the story of Abraham have nothing to do with Islam. Muhammad, he tried to hijack some stories from the Bible so he can fool us and he can make us believe that we worship the same God. But just to let you know, the God of Abraham is a spirit and he has a spirit. The God of Muhammad has no spirit and he is not a spirit. And that destroys everything from the start. The God of Muhammad is a physical being, has no spirit. And any physical being has no spirit, is a statue, is a concrete, is a rock. It's not even a living being. You see, when we say the word is spirit, spirit is life. Spirit, for those who maybe they might be confused about what that spirit means. The second we say spirit, we are talking about life. So when God, he breathed his spirit into Adam. Adam was what? As Adam was a mud, you know, dust, mud. When he breathed into Adam, what he gave him by the breath? He gave him life. So now we know what the spirit is, right? We call it soul. He gave him a soul. All the creatures in the world, they have soul. However, Christians alone, they have a soul and they have the Holy Spirit. Because we receive the Holy Spirit when we get baptism. But all the creatures in the world, who they are living beings, they have a soul. And if the God of Muhammad has no soul, neither a spirit, and he is not a spirit, then he is just a dead idol. Now going back to our topic, we have nothing, you know, we have nothing to share with the Muslims. It's the same as we have nothing to share with Jehovah's Witnesses. It's the same, we have nothing to share with the Mormon. Those are people, they try to use the gospel to deceive. The difference is that Jehovah's Witnesses, they change some words translation. Muhammad, he just delete the whole thing. And obviously Muhammad is an idiot. He is very ignorant. He does not know anything about the Bible. So now we're going back to our question about Muhammad being defeated by a Jew, and the Jew now is controlling Muhammad. You know, when somebody, what is the voodoo supposedly? What is the idea of voodoo? That somebody, he control you by saying words. Chocolate, chocolate, marklet, tomato, potato, and now you are totally under the control of this person. The Quran, you know, mention about blowing in the knots, and this is why the Muslim, they cannot deny it. You know, if you go in the translation, the Muslim translation, you will see every Muslim, he give you different translation for the same verse. And usually, many of them, they are trying to hide what is really written there. So if you go to chapter 113, verse number 4, I mean, the whole chapter is it's just a few sentences. I mean, what is this? Say, I seek refuge by, not by Allah, by the way. It says by the Lord of the daybreak. Okay, who is the daybreak Lord? Allah. How is that? Don't ask. From the evil that he created. Okay, who is created the evil which we are talking about now? Allah. Okay. Why? And from the evil of the day, darkening night as it's come, with the darkness, or moon as it's set and goes away. Why that is a problem, and what evil is that? In fact, the whole translation here is false. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبْ. And here, if you have a children, please mute what I'm saying, because I'm going to say something kind of dirty. I will give you a few seconds to mute. I will go back to this verse, talk about it, to give you a chance if you have children. And here we speak about the evil of witchcraft when they blow in the knot. So Muhammad is very convinced that somebody, he can make knot for you, and make knot is very, I mean, simple. Like, you know, you make a knot. Like you make it every day. Maybe if you do shopping, you make a knot in your plastic bag when you buy grocery, etc. So make a knot, and then what do? You blow in the knot. How in the world we can control that? How we can control a human being by doing such a thing. And Muhammad, he speak about something else. And from the evil of the envy. So Islam and Muslim promote such a thing, that somebody he look at you, and actually there's many naive people in the world that believe in this. You know, the envy is exist, but not the envy that somebody he can harm you. Envy as a word mean I get jealous from what you have. This, if this is what we meant, we believe in it. That you, let us say you bought a new car. My car is old. I say, oh, look, I wish I have a car like this, So now inside me, I'm upset for what you have and I don't have. Let us say you are good looking, I'm not, he's good looking, I'm not. Or let us say, so, envy simply is a negative jealousy, totally negative jealousy of somebody have something you don't. But according to Islam, the story is different. This person, he can harm you. I gave you a chance to mute in case you have children. Now we go back to verse number 3. وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبْ. All the translation you see in English is absolutely false. Aisha, she came to Muhammad and she put her hand in his hair. Aisha is horny and she want to have sex. Muhammad cannot have sex. Muhammad, his private part is not functioning. So now Muhammad, he wanna keep Aisha away and tell her the reason why it's not working. So he said, from the evil of the thing which go hard at night. The things go hard at night. You go to the interpretation, it says, إِذَا وَقَبْ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبْ, that when the penis of the man gets so hard. Muhammad here is speaking about this action as being an evil action. But why Muhammad considered it an evil? I mean, he is married. How if his private part go into the mood of sex is an evil? Simply, he is trying to push Aisha away. And now he claimed, because somebody blown knots on him, his private part is not functioning. To prove what we are saying, we can show the interpretation for this, and we can show the hadith about Muhammad's private part is not working. And there's tons of them. Let us see first here. This is Aisha speaking of what's happening to her husband, the beautiful husband, Muhammad. Peace be upon him. Once the Prophet was bewitched, so that he began to imagine that he had done a thing which in fact he had not done. Here, guys, you will notice why this bewitched thing demolish the status of Muhammad being a prophet. Anyone can tell me why? How this affect Muhammad prophethood? Not only his privatehood, manhood. Even his prophethood now is false. Anyone can tell me? What you notice in this story will make Muhammad invalid to listen to. What do you think? There is something, this story will not make me trust Muhammad anymore. Because if this guy, he is not sure of what he is done and what he see and what he hear, how he can be the one who can tell us what God told him? We have a person, his name Abbas House. He is saying, why are you talking about this? As you see here, the Muslims are ashamed of their prophet. Abbas, shouldn't you be happy that we are studying the holy life of the holy prophet, of the holy magic upon him? You should be happy. Abbas is not happy. Abbas is wondering why we are talking about this. Abbas, do you like to call us, my friend? My Skype is in the info of the video. Feel free, and you can call me, and we can discuss about this. And then you will know why we are talking about this. Obviously, your prophet cannot be a prophet. If you're a prophet, according to your religion, he was controlled by the devil, and he imagined things never happened to happen to him. How we can trust anything he say? How we can trust that he hear Quran from Allah, maybe from Shaitan? How we can trust that he saw an angel? How we can trust any story? You know, when I was in the army, and then when I finished my service, I was released. So first, like you have to go do some process paper, you know. There was a guy, he's released from the service like me, but everyone have different reason. So I said, oh, you finish good, you finish your service safe. He said, no, no, really, they released me. I think he told me 17, chapter 17, something. I forgot. I said, what is that? He said, I hear voices. Just for hearing voices, the guy imagined, but you cannot put him in the army. He might start shooting for hearing things, you know, which is not true. So he have a mental issue. He hear voices. They release him from the army. So if a man who hear voices, he cannot be a soldier. How Muhammad, who hear voices and he is imagining things, can be a prophet? And the top of that, Aisha, she confirmed that he was under magic. Does it say there in the chat? Sorry, in the hadith, he was bewitched? Does it say bewitched? Or Christian Prince is making things up? He was bewitched. Okay. So now if I say to a Muslim, the Prophet Mr. Bewitched, he will be upset. Correct? Muslim, they say Muhammad bewitched all day long. They don't get upset. The second we say to them, your Prophet was bewitched, they get upset. Remember, any Muslim would like to join us, call me live. I have my Skype info in the chat, in the info of the video. All what you need to do is just click on it, and the admins and here our friends here, they can post for you. So Muhammad was bewitched. Who confirmed that? Muhammad himself, the wife herself, the Muslim himself. It's all over. A bewitched person, is he blessed by God? Who is a Muhammadan would like to join us and tell us? If a person he is bewitched, is he blessed by God? Any Muslim? What we see in front of us, it's not no more a question if maybe he was not. No. It says it clearly, and this is the Muslim translation, he was bewitched. Is a person who is bewitched blessed by God? And as you see, this is al-Bukhari. So Muslim cannot deny, they cannot say, oh, this is not authentic, this is not true story, this is not accepted, this is false. Obviously, Muhammad under black magic. And all the Muslims agree. All Muslim sheikhs with red hair beard or black hair beard, with color beard or green or parrot, all of them, they agree Muhammad was under black magic.
Say that you heard that magic is a fact and the Prophet ﷺ suffered from magic. Is this true? And what happened to him and the Sharia during the Wahy, during the time where he was under the magical spell? Number one, the hadith which indicates that the Prophet ﷺ suffered from a magical spell is a sound hadith. And it was for a whole month and it affected him ﷺ, but it did not affect.
Guys, look at this. Each one of them, he give you different number. One say 6 months, one say 12 months, one say, that's it. He decided, okay, one, okay, but guys, it did not affect the religion. No, the black magic did not affect. Look, listen carefully.
It's that the Prophet ﷺ suffered from a magical spell is a sound hadith. And it was for a whole month and it affected him ﷺ, but it did not affect his da'wah and the wahy that he received.
Really?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, Wallahu ya'asimuka minan nas. And Allah subhanahu
Actually, what he just said, Wallahu ya'asimuka minan nas, proved that Muhammad is a fraud. Why? Because what he's saying now, that Allah protect you from people. Okay, how Allah, he promised him to protect him from people, and now the Jewish guy, is controlling Muhammad. Do you see how stupid they are? If the Quran promised Muhammad that Allah will protect you from people, and by the way, later we find that Muhammad was killed by a Jew too. So the verse he's quoting for us proving two things. Muhammad is double fraud. A Jew, he put magic on him according to Muslims, and a Jewish woman, she killed him by poison from Walmart. Yet the Quran claims that Allah, he promised Muhammad, Allahu ya'asumuka minan nas. Allah, he protect you from all mankind. So what is the protection? I mean, the guy is dead. He was killed by poison. And the guy was controlled by black magic. And the Quran promised Allah will protect him.
subhanahu wa ta'ala protects you and guards you from people.
See?
But for some reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed this to happen to...
What do you mean? How Allah, he promised to protect him, and now you say to me, for some reason, Allah allow it to happen? Did you hear it? A second ago, he quoted a verse from the Quran saying, Allah protect you from all mankind harm. A second after, he says, for some reason, brother, for some reason, Allah allow it. But this is the promise of Allah is false. If I promise you that nobody can harm you, and then you get killed literally by poison. Literally, a Jewish woman, she went to Walmart, she bought a poison for rat for like 50 cents. I bought them once, because I'm being cheap, trying to save to get married. I want to buy a bicycle for my coming bride if she is 6 years old. Like Muhammad. Pervert. Okay, so if we go in the hadith, and this is a very sound hadith too, the Muslims agree that Muhammad was killed by a poison by a Jewish woman. Now you might say to me, Christian Prince, you are lying. What Walmart? There's no Walmart at that time. Brother, I confirm to you there was Walmart at that time. Ask Aisha. The Prophet in his element, which he died, used to say, you see, when you say used, that means the guy, he keeps saying that. Not once. This is not like she did not hear it once. Like the guy all day, oh Aisha, oh mommy, since I ate the food at Khaybar. Khaybar is the Jewish tribe which Muhammad, he slaughtered all of them. He raped the women. He took the children, the young as the sex slaves, the boys slaves, the females as sex slaves. He killed all the men. Actually, he killed children too. Any child he have little hair around his private part, they chop his head. And now Muhammad is confessing that he is dying because of the poison which inserted to him in the food he ate in Khaybar. What's the story of Khaybar? A Jewish woman, she decided to revenge for her tribe. He just killed her tribe. And look how stupid Muhammad is. Imagine he killed her tribe. Now they took the women as slaves, right? He sent her to the kitchen. She's an old woman. She's not good for sex. Can you believe how stupid this idiot is? You just killed all her family. And you stupid, you sent her to work as a slave in your kitchen? What the Jewish woman she did? She put poison in the food. And when they capture her, Muhammad, he asked her, why you do that? You know, as soon the Muslim, they were sitting like the Muslims and Muhammad and his gang, the leaders, let's say, of the gang, sitting with him. One of them, he ate from a very, like, let us say, hot spot, like where it is most of the poison there. The guy, he died immediately. The Muslim, they claim that Muhammad, after he ate, but he did not continue, because the goat who is dead or roasted told the Prophet, Prophet, don't eat. I mean, you Muslims, listen. So what the point of the goat? Like Allah, he told the goat is roasted, it's cooked. There's no head. There's no even tail. It is pieces. The goat spoke to Muhammad. Let us say the head of the goat is there. And now the goat told Muhammad, man, don't eat. But the guy ate already. That's why he's dying from poison. So what? So Allah, he could not make the goat speak before he eat? Let me see if there's any videos on YouTube about it, so we can laugh. All right, hold on. Let's see. Maybe this one. Okay, hold on. And there's a music too. You know, you can. Muslims, I thought music is haram. I thought the music is really haram. What are you doing, brother? All right. Let us hear this guy, what he will say to us.
Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam a gift. The gift was a sheep, a cooked sheep. And he said, "Bishatin masmuma." So she poisoned the sheep. فَأَكَلَ مِنْهَا. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ate out of it. And by the way, he had 3 companions with him. One of them by the name Bish. And why I mention Bish? Because he is the only companion who expired a few months later after this meal.
Expired.
فَجِئَ بِهَا إِلَى رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam eventually, while he was eating, she inquired about which part of the sheep that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam likes most. She was told the shank, so she increased the dose of the poison in the shank. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was eating, the sheep was dead, broiled and cooked and well done, spoke to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, "Ya Rasulullah."
Listen. Did you hear it? Hey, people, did you hear it? The sheep, the goat is cooked, fried, chopped. Do you see the Muslim fabrication? Okay, you know, I will go with you. I want to believe in this story. So, as long as the goat told the Prophet, this sheep is poisoned after he ate? Like, what the heck? And it's well done, yeah. Let's play it again.
As the Prophet ﷺ was eating, the sheep was dead, broiled and cooked and well done, spoke to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, there is poison inside me. So alerted his companions, he had poison in the shank. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was eating, the sheep was dead, broiled and cooked and well done, spoke to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah, there is poison inside me. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam alerted his companions, he rubbed the meat and he said to his companions,
he alerted after they ate. And later already they are dead. You see the alert of Allah. The goat is cooked and boiled and well done. Did you hear him saying well done? And then the goat, meh, meh, Prophet, don't eat me. I'm full of poison. The Jewish woman, she poisoned me. Hey Muslims, are you saying to me that Allah was trying in his remote control in heaven to activate the goat mouth to make it talk to the Prophet before he eat, but the reception was not good and it took extra time, so the goat spoke after all of them they ate? You know how much we spoke about Islam. By the way, here, you know, I'm glad here we have more freedom to play those videos from YouTube. How much we spoke about Islam. You will hear a lot of stupid things. It's unbelievable. If you are new to our channel here in Rambo, don't forget to subscribe and invite your friends. Here, it's a place of education. And we don't only speak about Islam, we speak about other topics. But we focus on Islam as a garbage cult. And we warn people from it. So now the goat, she mentioned to Muhammad, "Hey, Prophet of Allah, man, don't eat me." Then all of them, they are dead. In fact, right away after he ate from the sheep, they made a hole in the throat of Muhammad. They made a hole, they cut. And they start sucking the blood from the throat of Muhammad in order to save Muhammad from death. So what are you talking about, Muslims? They made a cut in his throat, and the guy who sucked the blood of Muhammad, according to Muslims, he will not go to he will go to heaven. He drank his blood, which is very funny story. But here the first question you ask yourself, and here you notice how Muslims are very naive people. Shouldn't you ask yourself, okay, how come the goat spoke after they all ate? You see, if the goat spoke before he ate from the meal, and this is a true story, that would be a miracle for sure. There's no question about it. I mean, the goat is cooked, boiled, and he mentioned it's well done and dismantled its pieces, the head alone, the legs alone, you know, and now the goat is talking. That's an amazing miracle if this is true. So what was the point if Muhammad, he died as a result of this food? Did Allah save Muhammad? Who is the one who made the goat speak? If you ask the Muslim, they will say to you, Allah. Okay. Why he made the goat speak? To save Muhammad from death, from poison. Okay. Especially the Jewish women, when they ask her why you did that, she said, well, if you are a prophet of Allah, well, your God, Allah, will save you. If you are a false man, he will not. And obviously Muhammad is not, because he died. Because the whole point is, she's going to prove to everybody, if this man, as the Quran promised, he will be protected from all the harm of mankind. Nobody can, harm you. So she decided to do this. Same time, she is revenging for her tribe, who Muhammad slaughtered and raped. And she mentioned word by word, well, If your God, if you are sent truly by God, your God will save you. If you are a fraud, you will die and you are a false prophet. And look, he died as a false prophet. And not only that, to make things is more awkward, do you see here what it says? Muhammad mentioning, he said, I feel as if my aorta is being cut from that poison. I don't know if I'm saying the word correctly. Aorta. Anyway, you know, English is not my first language. And then we find that in the Quran, Muhammad, he said, that Allah told him, if he fabricate Quran and he made a falsehood, Allah will cut his aorta. Is that a coincidence? In chapter 69, verse number 46 in the Quran, as you see, it's exactly what happened to Muhammad. If he, Muhammad, fabricating things we did not tell him, making things up, certainly we will grab him from his right hand, like capture. And certainly we should have cut off his life artery. Aorta. Isn't this amazing? Do we need more proof that Muhammad is a fraud? Even his own God words prove that Muhammad is nothing but a fraud. And again, this is chapter 69, verse number 44, 45, 46. So if I say to you now, if I say, okay, hey guys, if I am lying, my God said, if I am lying to you, may God make me, look like a monkey. And then I woke up, I do not know, this is not good. I mean, I look like a monkey already. Forget about this. Like an elephant, let us say an elephant. So if I say, hey guys, if I am lying to you, may God, the true God, make me tomorrow morning an elephant. And then I woke up in the morning, I'm an elephant. Is my voice coming? Am I heard? You might lose sound, by the way, if you exit the page, if you are watching the video in a browser. Yeah, Rumble is different from YouTube. It's not. This is why I advise you actually to use an app more than the browser. So he made, he made it. He made a command. If Muhammad lying about us, who's talking? Allah. And by the way, here you notice that the God of Islam always speak about himself as his many. The Muslim, they claim that Allah is a monotheist God. They claim that they are people who believe in the monotheism. But then you see that everything in the Quran based on we. Why Allah keeps saying we? We surely. The Muslim, they explain, they say to you, because Allah, he prefer we because it's majestic. So Allah is not happy with him being one. He prefer to be more respected, to be many. And here you see another side of the story of stupidity. Because if your God don't feel good about him being one, so he chosen to call himself we, but yet he is one, which means this is a fake we. But because he feel better, he called himself we. So who is the stupid here? Obviously, your God is not satisfied with being one. He feel better as many. So he called himself we. But the point here that Muhammad, he died by poison. And he mentioned that if he is lying, Allah will cut his artery. And this is exactly what happened to Muhammad. Allah saying that. You know, you might say to yourself, is that to prove that Allah exists? No. I say that the one who did that possibly is our Lord, to expose this false man. He said, this is what happened to me if I am lying. And then our Lord, he caused that to happen to him, to make you see clearly that this guy is nothing but a fraud. Mubahala is a different story. We can talk about a different time, but it's a very another stupid story that the Christians, they came to debate Muhammad from Najran, and Muhammad, he did not debate them. First, actually, the first day they stand in front of his house, challenging him for a debate, he did not even open the door. Second day, he said, okay, listen, you are coming to debate me. I'm not going to debate you. Let us do mubahala. What is that? Let us invoke curse on the one is lying. Bring your wives, I bring my wives. Bring your children, I bring my children's. And let us ask God to curse the one's lying. See how stupid he is? Same time, in the top of his stupidity, those monks, they don't have wives. They are monks. What monks? I mean, they are coming from different city, from different country, to challenge you, and then you say to them, bring your wives, bring your children, I bring my wives. What your wife and your wife have to do with this? And what kind of a debate that we have to curse each other if we are lying? Are you saying to me that God will not curse me unless I ask him to curse me? Well, what does have to do with lying? But because he's a liar. You know, if a Hindu, he believed that he have 35 million God, is he lying to me? No, we believe in that. If he believe in lie, this is a different story. Are you with me? If somebody believe in lie, doesn't mean he's a liar. There's a huge difference between he is lying or he believe in a lie. A lying person is someone he tells something is he knew is not true and against what he knew. That is a lie. But if a person believe in a rock, he believed that this rock is God. You ask him, okay, do you believe this rock is God? He say yes. He's not lying. He's being honest with you. He told you what he believed. So even when it's come to simple logic, Muhammad is an idiot. In other words, in the language of a Christian prince, he is just a stupid potato. You don't debate people. In fact, in Islam, there's no debate. You bring people, you curse. Okay, your turn, Christian prince. May Allah cut my nose and my right toes if I'm lying. Your turn. Okay, may Allah burn my private part if I'm lying. Your turn. Okay, may cut my finger if I'm right. What the heck? Is this a debate? He cannot debate them. He cannot refute them. He cannot answer them. He come to them with a very funny solution. Let us ask God to curse the one who is lying. But we knew that this is a stupid method to prove anyone wrong or right. This is not a debate. This is stupidity. Especially those are monks. What wives? What children? You don't even know that monks don't have children. Later he learned. Later Muhammad he learned that monks, and you know, like the funny thing about Muhammad, you see, if you are a person who do not know much about this garbage cult, Muslim, they might be able to confuse you by lying to you, but here, no place for that. If you go in different verse in the Quran, you will see Muhammad speaking that those who made themselves monks or nuns, like, you know, there's women, they devoted themselves to God. In Arabic, we call them ruhban. Muhammad claimed that those who do rahbaniyya, which means to be serving God only, don't get married, those are fabricators. This is not from God. This is not from God. Allah did not give it to them. By the way, we don't believe in Allah. Allah is not our God. as you see here, they invented such a thing. Why somebody want to invent something will take one of the most, let us say, tempting pleasure for the person, a human being, which is sex. Why want to invent that? Why? Give me a reason. It doesn't make sense. But we know that in the Bible says that if you can do that, it's better. So you can serve the Lord. And the Messiah, he was speaking not for everybody, for his disciples, so they can, instead of serving wives and children, they can designate their time to serve the community because they are going to spread the faith. But you will see the stupid Muhammad. In different verse, he says, no, it was Allah who made them monks. How? How we can prove that? According to Muhammad, Mary, she was a Christian nun. Really? Yeah. Her mother, she decided to make her a nun. If you go and read the story about Mary, there's a chapter in the Quran about Mary, supposedly. Mary, she have no man. This is a story from the Bible. Mary, she gave birth and she hid herself, which is not true. Hide herself, why? Allah, he sent to her, you know, an angel, but the verse says our spirit, and appeared to her as a perfect man. And then the Muslim, they claim that this is an angel. No problem. Even though there's nowhere in the Quran it says here, it says the spirit. In this verse, it says the spirit. So supposedly, the Quran speak about Mary that when she was born from a man, his name is Zachariah. Sorry, Umran. That's why in chapter 3, you will find that suddenly the father of Mary become Umran. Umran is the father of Moses in Islam. And the name is wrong, by the way. In the Bible, it is Umram, not Umram. So Muhammad could not even quote the name correctly. So remember the women of Umran. She vowed the child she have in her womb to God. But he just said in the other verse in the Quran that the one who decide to become monks or nuns, this is their own fabrication. It's not from God. But here, the mother of Mary, the wife of Umran, which means Mary is the daughter of Umran, the father of Moses. Actually, there's a verse in the Quran that says that Mary is the sister of Aaron. And this is why, how you know, very easy, that Muhammad is nothing but a fraud. But look here, the mother of Mary, she vowed that she will give Mary to service God only. She's a nun. Do you see it? And Allah accepted from her her offer. Does it say that? Hey people, does it say that? You see it, right? Oh my Lord, I have vowed to you that the child in my womb will be dictated to your service. And Allah, He accepted this. So how are we saying that being a monk or nun is rejected by Islam, and this is a fabrication of the Christians? And then we find in the story of Mary that her mother, she vowed that Mary, she will be just serving God. only. And then when she gave birth, she said, well, I gave birth to a child, because now she have a vow to do. So she is wondering, okay, I thought I'm going to have a child, a boy. How is going to serve God? How is going to be a monk? And you will notice here that the one who called the child, this child, the name is the mother. But this will be against Islam too, because according to Islam, the man should give the name. It's not the father. It's not the mother. Look like the mother, she is in control. The husband is not there. And then you will see Allah, He accepted her offer. So here we find that Mary, she was a nun, which is very stupid, because this is not true. All of us, we knew that Mary, she was engaged to Joseph. What nun? So the more you read about Muhammad's stories, which he's trying to steal from our book, the more you find that Muhammad is a fraud. Now going back where we stopped, about Muhammad being under the effect of a black magic. So now Muhammad is eating the goat. The goat, she spoke to Muhammad. Muhammad died.
Stole the shank, so she increased the dose of the poison in the shank. As the Prophet ﷺ was eating, the sheep was dead, broiled and cooked and well done, spoke to the Prophet ﷺ and said, Ya Rasulullah, there is poison inside me. So the Prophet ﷺ alerted his companions. He dropped the meat and he said to his companions, stop eating, don't touch it. It is poisoned. Then the Prophet ﷺ ordered them to get the woman. فَجِيءَ بِهَا إِلَى رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم. He asked her first, why did you do so?
Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. I don't know if he will tell the story as it is or he will fabricate, but we will hear. So they got the woman who did that, and she's a Jewish woman. And he asked her, why you did that, which means why you poisoned the food. Listen what this Abdul will say. Very important.
He said, Ya Rasulullah, I intended to kill you. She was Muslim, she was a Jewish woman. And I wanted to find out whether you are a true prophet, then you wouldn't die. God would tell you. But if you are a king and we're trying to take our land and so on, then we'll get rid of you, and by that I'll do a favor to humanity. Eventually, the Prophet ﷺ said to her, مَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُسَلِّطَكِ عَلَيْهِ. There is no way that Allah would allow you to do such thing.
Did you hear? People, did you hear? Listen carefully. What Muhammad, he said to her, there is no way Allah will allow you to harm me. So what the woman, she said, well, if you are a false prophet, you are just a king trying to take our land, well, we get rid of you, we kill you. If you are a prophet of God, God will save you. Now Muhammad, he confirmed the second part, which she said, that God will save you. So Muhammad, he said, oh, okay, well, you know what, there's no way Allah will allow you to do such a thing. That is Muhammad making poo-poo. So what is this? What is that? So Muhammad was under black magic. And no Muslim, look, until now, not a zero Muslim there to text me. Zero. He is under black magic. He was killed by poison. Either one proved Muhammad to be a false man, because he promised that Allah will never allow this woman to harm him, actually anyone, because this is the Quran. عَاصِمُكَ مِنَ النَّاسِ. Both story prove Muhammad to be false, because if Allah, He promised Muhammad that nobody can do harm to him, and then Muhammad was under black magic, which is nothing but harm. Even the guy could not even have sex with his wife. And then he died by poison, which is this is a big harm. And what more than death? So both stories confirm Muhammad to be a false prophet. In the top of that, when Muhammad, he mentioned that if he is fabricating Quran, Allah is going to cut his artery. And this is exactly what happened. So what more evidence we need to prove Muhammad as a false prophet? Do we have any Muhammadan there to call us? And let us open the verses. If you read with me here, if we go in the Quran, in chapter 5, verse number 67, it says, Allah, Wallahu ya'sumuka minan nas. Inna Allah la yahdi al-qawm al-kafirin. Actually, this is just another level of stupidity. Just to show you why we Arab Christians, we die laughing when we read the Quran in Arabic. O Messenger of Allah, proclaim, between two brackets, the message which has been sent down to you from Allah. And if you don't, then you have not conveyed his message. Why you are saying that to him? Allah will protect you from mankind. So did Allah keep his promise? Is this woman from mankind, or she is from different galaxy? Is the man who put Muhammad under black magic is a human or not? And just to show you another level of stupidity, who here can tell me, in this verse here, there's something very funny and stupid? Anyone notice? Beside that, Allah, He protect him, there is something at the end. Anyone notice? Just additional confirmation that Muhammad is nothing but a donkey. Muhammad, he lived between the Jews, my friend. Muhammad, he moved to the city of Yathrib. The city of Yathrib is a city of Jews. Muhammad, he knew nothing about Judaism, but since he moved to Yathrib, he started learning. If you remember, when Muhammad first time arrived to the city of Yathrib, he found the Jews fasting. He asked them what this is, why you are fasting. They said, this is the day where Moses, he crossed the sea, and God saved him from the Pharaoh. Muhammad, he said, oh, okay, well, you know what, as long this is what it is, so we are more close to Moses than you. And he commanded the Muslims to fast. So, as you see, Muhammad, you do not know what this fast is about, how he's a prophet of God. In a second, he stole Musa from them. That's it. He is more close to Moses than he just came to the town. He never heard of Moses. This is Muhammad, the thief. He hear any story. If Muhammad he knew about Buddha, he will say Buddha is is more close to me than you. He will take Buddha. He will put Buddha in his pocket. I'm just trying to find the hadith for you. Give me a second. Here we go. When Muhammad he came to the city of Yathrib, not Medina. You see, Medina, this is after Muhammad he killed the Jews. He even changed the name. This is how evil he is. He steal your land. He forced you to speak his language. He changed the names of towns and cities. The Prophet came to the Medina and he saw the Jews fasting on the day of Ashura. He asked them about that. They replied, this is a good day, which not Allah, they don't believe, Jews don't believe Allah. Allah rescued Bani Israel, which means children of Israel, from their enemies. So Moses fasted this day. The Prophet said, we have more claim over Moses than you. So the Prophet fasted and he ordered the Muslim to fast. He never heard of this before. Do you see it? He never heard of such a fast before. He just arrived to the town. He arrived to the Jewish town. He found the Jews fasting. He hijacked the day. And not only that, later Muhammad, he claimed that this day can erase your sin. If you fast this day alone, that can erase your sin. But he just learned about it. How suddenly it become a day erase your sin. You know what I mean? If I just told you about this day, you never heard of it before. How suddenly it become a day can erase your sin. When you just heard about it, if Muhammad is a prophet, shouldn't Allah tell him about those fasting days? But Muhammad, he is making a new religion. You don't have fasting day yet. There's no Ramadan yet. And he was trying to copy the Jews. After he took the day from them, suddenly this day can erase all your sin. As simple as that. If you fast this day, Muhammadi claim, is going to erase the whole sin you did for the year before it. But he just heard about it. Can you believe it? Isn't it obvious that this man is nothing but a fraud? He never knew about it. He never heard of it. And now suddenly the day, fasting the day of Arafat, this is about Arafat, let's say Ashura. Fasting the day of Ashura, not I hope, he says, I consider it's expiate for the sin of the previous year. Do you see it? You fast this day, that will destroy the sin of the whole year before it. But we just heard about this day from the Jews. We don't even know what this day is. And how stupid it is to tell your followers that if you fast a day, that erase all your sin for the previous year. Are you encouraging people to commit sin? Because now all what I need to do I do all kind of sin all year long. And then when this day comes, I stop eating. That's it. And then this guy here in the video, and I find it very funny that he is quoting the story about Muhammad telling the women, well, Allah will not allow you to kill me. And then Muhammad, he died by that. And the women, she said, she made it clear, I'm doing a test. If you are a king, just a normal king, you will die, God will not save you, and we will get rid of you. If you are a prophet, God will save you. Muhammad, he said to her, oh, okay, well, Allah will not allow you to do that. And then he died by the poison.
Then the Prophet ﷺ ordered them to get the woman. فجيء بها إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He asked her first, why did you do so? She said, Ya Rasulullah, I intended to kill you. She was Muslim, she was a Jewish woman. And I wanted to find out whether you are a true prophet, then you wouldn't die. God would tell you. But if you are a king and we're trying to take our land and so on, then we'll get rid of you, and by that I'll do a favor to humanity. Eventually, the Prophet ﷺ said to her, ما كان الله ليسلطك عليه. There is no way that Allah would allow you to do such thing.
See?
The Sahaba, may Allah be pleased with them, said, Ya Rasulullah, shouldn't we kill her? He said, no, not before if any of those who ate from the sheep died. Okay? So anyway, the Prophet ﷺ suffered from the sheep.
Look, what the heck? Guys, are you listening? Did he just say that when he spoke to the women, he said to her, Allah will not allow you? And now he is saying the prophet, he suffered from the sheep? How Allah will not allow you? A second after he's saying the prophet, he suffered from eating the sheep.
Shouldn't we kill her? He said, no, not before if any of those who ate from the sheep died. Okay? So anyway, the Prophet ﷺ suffered from the sheep. And he continued to suffer until his death. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Look, can you believe it? He continued to suffer until his death. And who is the one who confirmed how Muhammad died? Muhammad. Muhammad, he confirmed that his death was by the poison. Do Muhammad knew better than the Muslims how he died? So they confirmed that Muhammad, he suffered until his death from that poison. Which means what this woman did as an examining if he is a prophet of God work. He's a false prophet. Remember, if you are a prophet, your God will save you. Muhammad, he said to her, God will never allow you. Allah will never allow you. A minute after, this guy, he said, Muhammad, he died. From the day he ate the poison until the day he died, he is suffering from that poison. And then we find that Muhammad himself, he confirmed what he considered the reason of his death. I feel as if my aorta is being cut off from that poison. How clear we can make it more than this? It's not, it doesn't say my aorta is feel cut off, just, you know, it says for what? It mentioned the food of Khaybar. So it mentioned the occasion, it mentioned when, it mentioned the location, it mentioned what is the reason for his death. And this is a very authentic hadith. The chapter of his sickness, the sickness of the Prophet and his death. So how you Muhammad and you say that Allah saved him when the guy he in dead from that poison? What kind of saving the saving is?
وسلم. And he was treated instantly from this bite by the hijama, which is cupping. It gave him a relief. The woman's name was Zainab bint al-Harith.
Hold on. Did you hear what I just mentioned to you that, right? They did hijama for him. What does that mean? Cupping, you mentioned in English. They made a hole in his throat, and they start sucking the blood from there. So hold on. If Allah will save him anyway, guys, are you listening? People, are you listening? Do you see why Islam is so stupid? How Allah will save him? How Allah will never allow the women to kill him? And now they are doing cupping. They cut the throat of Muhammad, suck the blood. If Allah save him anyway, the goat spoke. So who need the doctor? Who need the ambulance? I mean, they made a hole in his cube. Yeah, they made a hole in his throat, and the blood start coming. They made him bleed to release the poison. And then they say to you that Allah Prophet, he said to the women, Allah will never allow you to do that. So what is the ambulance for? And why we are sucking the blood of Muhammad? If he will not die, Allah will not allow it anyway. Obviously, Muhammad have no faith in Allah. Is that correct, guys? If I really believe that Allah will save me from the poison I just ate, why I'm doing this? Listen carefully.
Suffered from the sheep, and he continued to suffer until his death, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he was treated instantly from this bite by the hijama, which is cupping. It gave him a relief. The woman's name was Zainab bint al-Harith. This is for our info.
I have a comment. Sister Alita, you donated in the other day $500. Please don't do that again. Hey guys, if you want to support me, I don't know, like some of you may be rich, some of you are poor, but don't exaggerate. Don't. That doesn't make me happy. There's no need. You just gave $500 2 days ago. Why you are giving $500 again? Please. I appreciate people's support, but just do something acceptable. All right? But remember, we are not here for money. We are here to serve the people and to do the right thing. So people donate. Don't donate, I will come. Don't worry. If nobody give $1, if nobody make a donation, I will be here. So don't exaggerate in your donation, especially if you are a person who work hard to make few pennies. All right. No, I want to be sure that she is not harming herself. You know, some people, they have good heart, so they give. But we cannot accept to take advantage of the one who have a good heart. That's why I'm telling her, I mean, I don't know how much income you have, but be careful. If your income is limited, then you don't give that much. That is not right. Are you with me? Somebody else actually will be happy. I mean, who hate, right? But because I care for people here, and I know many, they have a very good heart, but we are not here to use you and to take, you know, to steal your money. Do what is right. Think carefully. You don't go and donate $500 if your salary is $3,000. No, don't apologize. But I'm saying, do what is right. And you know what's right, I'm sure. But I wanted to warn people here that I care for every one of you. So please be wise. Please be wise. That's all. We go back to our topic.
Information, and the hadith is narrated by Bukhari or Muslim, as I mentioned earlier. Abdullah ibn Masood, may Allah be pleased with him, one of the great companions of the Prophet ﷺ, said, he said, I swear to Allah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala اتخذه نبيا وجعله شهيدا, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have chosen Muhammad ﷺ to be his prophet, his last prophet obviously, and he also made him a shaheed. As a result of this incident, as the Prophet...
What the heck? People, do you believe it? Do you believe it? He just admitted that Muhammad, he became a shaheed, which means a martyr, as a result of this incident. Do you see how stupid those people are? How in the same video, he said that the woman, she said to him, if you are a false prophet, your God will not save you. And Muhammad, he said to her, Allah will never allow you to harm me. And then the Abdul, he say that the companion of Muhammad, he said that Allah, he made Muhammad a prophet and a martyr, for he died as a result of this incident. So did the women succeed or fail? She succeed. He failed the test. He failed the test of a prophethood. Any Muslim have a comment? Who is a Muslim here dare to call me? My Skype is open. They don't dare. If you are an American, a European, a person who do not know anything about the garbage cult of Muhammad, you don't know the laundry of Muhammad, they will be lying up. Imagine if the one here talking about Muhammad, her name is Monica, and she is wearing a short skirt. The Muslim Abdul, the Abdulism, they will be lined up to talk to her. A woman, she converted to Islam. I saw a title in Apostate Prophet. I did not watch the video. A woman, she converted to Islam. She is blonde. She received endless messages of pervert Muslims who want to sleep with her. She's a Muslim now, you know. She's ready for bed. Oh, we have Abdul. He tried to call me today. Let us see.
Hello.
Hey, my friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you, my friend?
I'm okay. Did you hear the video we are playing?
You're playing what?
Well, you know, your prophet, he died because a Jewish woman. There's two stories. One of a Jewish man, he controlled your prophet by black magic. Another story about a Jewish woman. She killed your prophet by poison from Walmart. So which story you like to talk about?
Do you remember I gave you a call and we agreed kind of to start a debate on the prophet topic?
Yeah, we are doing that right now. Who is
So
Muhammad?
who is the prophet? Yeah.
No, who is okay? So if Muhammad is a prophet, do you think somebody can control him by black magic?
Do you understand that Muhammad was a man?
Oh no, I do not know that. He's a man. So what is
Of
so what?
course.
I'm asking you.
Every single prophet was a man. Nobody was any divine. As I told you, you are 50 or 40 something years, but you have knowledge so limited. Go and read some books, bro.
Okay, I did
Go
read.
and
I
read some
read.
books, educate
You're
yourself,
trying
and
to
then call
avoid
me, and I will bust you like a baby.
You are trying
You're
to
really a
avoid.
boy. Mohammed
Okay.
Hijab told that you are a boy and you have nothing.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, bye.
You can insult. Where are you going? Read. Abdul. Potato. Read books. Read books. That's it. This is the answer. Read books. I spend my life reading books. I have degrees in Islamic law. You know, when I finish my law degree, we study. You know, when you study law in the Middle East, you have to study 3 religions, not only one. You have to study Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And for sure, the most focus is in Islam because it's it's the controlling religion in the Middle East. And then this Abdul said to me, "Go read." This Abdul is telling me, "Go read." When in reality, the reason they fear debating me because I did read. It's not the opposite. It's them who don't read. Their prophet himself do not know how to read according to them. Yeah, he got me busted. He says, "Go read. You know, you are just a boy." That's it. It's over. But how you can answer that? That's it. How you can refute this? It's impossible. Do we have any Muhammadan there to call us? Our Skype info is in the video info. Any Muslim, a sheikh, beard, long beard, short beard, small beard, we take all sizes. And by the way, size doesn't matter. Whatever they say to you about the size is false. So the whole video here is speaking about why Muhammad and how Muhammad died by poison. But in the same video says that Allah, Prophet, he told the women that nobody can harm me because Allah will not allow you. And the woman, she said to him, if you are a false prophet, you will die because of my poison. And then the conclusion in the same video, he died because of that poison. So what the conclusion? Muhammad is a false prophet. According to Zakir Naik, if you recite the Quran, black magic cannot affect you. Muhammad controlled by black magic. So obviously his Quran is not working. In fact, Muhammad, he come with very weird knowledge about medicine. So he said, if you eat 7 ajwa a day, no magic or poison can affect you. Both. And I find it very amazing, by the way, that he mentioned the 2 things which happened to him. Read with me. Allah Messenger, let me fix the zooming so you can read with me. Maybe this way is better. Allah Messenger said, he who eats 7 ajwa, ajwa is a date, the palm date, the fruit of the palm tree. He who eats 7 ajwa every morning will not be affected by poison or magic. And guess what? Muhammad, he was affected by both. We just saw many news, many videos, Zakir Naik talking about how to fight black magic, read Quran, what the heck? It turned to be all but it needed ajwa. You can fight black magic by food? Hey people, we can fight black magic by food, really? What is the effect of food on black magic? Can we, if we eat banana, by the way, what about coconut? If we eat coconut, do that fight black magic too? Muslims, where you prophet he got his wisdom from? And poison will not affect anyone if you eat, and they are seven, listen, seven, not six. Be careful, brother. We have to be like careful with the numbers. This is medicine. This is not just, you know, you have to eat every morning seven, you know, ajwa, brother. What, Muslims, what is this? This is Dr. Muhammad himself. He died by poison and he was affected by black magic. And he was eating ajwa, seven ajwa every day. Are you serious? Do we have any Muhammadan? Mayday, Mayday. Every single proof we showed you in the screen, proving one thing, that Muhammad, actually we showed you nothing, by the way. I mean, I have the laundry of Muhammad, all of it. This guy is the most stupid, sick ever. A child molester, sex offender. I mean, even his cousin, he raped him. When his cousin came to meet him, they said to him, Prophet Muhammad, your cousin is here. He said, فَإِمَّا ابْنُ عَمِّي فَقَدْ هَتَكَ عَرْضِي. This is my cousin. He raped me. هَتَكَ الْعَرْض in Islam. Either you rape the man or you rape the women of the family. Which one he raped? The uncle of Muhammad, he have a problem. What is the problem? He's a homosexual. The Caliphate Umar have a problem. What is the problem? He's a homosexual. The cousin of Muhammad, he have a problem. What is the problem? He's a homosexual. You start studying, you will find that the whole town is homosexual. And Muhammad himself, he say, I never receive Quran until I wear my wife's clothing. His God will not give him Quran unless he is a cross dresser. Mental. And there is a trillion of proofs that Muhammad is suffering from mental issues. He is possessed. Like when Muhammad he do take a shower with dead dogs. How in the world anyone want to do that? And why? You tell me. It was said, O Messenger of Allah, you perform wudu. Wudu mean ablution. From the well of Bidah, which is, Bidah I mean garbage. Bidah I mean garbage. Which the bodies of dogs and menstrual rags and garbage are thrown in. Dr. Muhammad, who knows science very well, he said, water is pure and nothing make it impure. And then you will find Muslims making many videos when we have Corona, is speaking about how Prophet Muhammad, he can fix corona problem. He can fix it, brother. Do we have any Muhammadan? Anyone? This is a prophet of God? If this is a prophet of God, so what Eid is about? So he was possessed, obviously. If he is not possessed, he is suffering from mental illness. You choose one. We as a Christian, we don't believe in the black magic. The Bible mentioned the word magic, but this is how people understand. Like when Moses, he did his miracles, it says his magic over their magic. This is the magic of God, which means miracle. You know, magic is simply, supposedly, is something like nobody can explain. You know, somebody have a special power. But the pagan, they believe in those things, that there is somebody, he can say, there's a book like Harry Potter, you read certain words, and then you can control somebody, or you can make things happen by saying words. We don't believe in such a garbage. Yeah, guys, don't worry about the numbers. You know, we have like 421 people watching now, but we just started here, right? And not many people knows about it. People will come, people will know, people will learn, and I depend on you to tell people about where to find me. You know, we share with you an image of, you know, you can scan in your phone, remember? So you can use it. At least here we can be free, and YouTube will not put us down. You know, I mean, this YouTube is a terrorist app. You know, those liberals in San Francisco, they practice terrorism on you. Literally, terrorism. This is why they are supporting Hamas. Because both, they promote terrorism. If you don't speak as they wish, if you don't talk as they wish, they censor you. This is what terrorists do. This is what the Muslims do. Who dare to speak against Muhammad? We censor you. Who dare to question? You don't believe in Corona, they censor you. You don't believe in etc., they censor you. They're going to control your belief. The whole idea is to control your belief, to tell you what you can say and what you cannot say. At least here we are free. I mean, I cannot even keep my videos there. So please tell your friends. You see this image I'm showing you on the screen? I created this code today. You scan it, and you will be able to see. I don't know if the image coming right. Let us see. I'm not sure. I posted in Patreon. You know, you scan it, and you can share it with your friends, and people, they will come and join us. And let me take down my the banner so you guys can take a screenshot of it. Give me a second. And you can take it the same from Patreon. Maybe in Patreon is going to be better, more clear in your phone. All right, scan it and share it with your friends. Let me zoom out, maybe. All right, maybe this is better. You cannot report Muslim videos because they never take a Muslim video down. Do you remember how many times Muslims they make a threat to Christians? Do you remember the video of Dawah when he made a threat to kill that Muslim will kill apostate prophet? Apostate prophet, he reported that video to YouTube. They refused. They did not find any problem. If a Christian, he made a threat to somebody to kill him, the FBI, everybody will be all over him. How can it be scanned? It's very easy, Mr. Mill. You can take a screenshot, and then you can go to Google Lens, and then you open the screenshot from your gallery pictures, and then you click. When you open it, you will see there is an icon appear in the top of Google Lens, and you can click on it, and Google Lens will search for it, and it will find you the link of Rambo. And if you open it in a computer, you can use your phone to scan from the computer, but you can do it even in the phone. Just take a screenshot, save it to your pictures, then open it from the pictures file folder, and then click at Google Lens, and you will be able to find it. Cannot chat and see viewer at the same time. I don't know what does that mean. We can. I'm reading your chat. People, they can always click at the chat and join. You know, Rumble is a little bit different from YouTube, but you will use to it. You know, for me, first day I start here, like it's a little bit confusing, like where to start. Even like you click go live, and it take like a couple of minutes. YouTube is different, but at least here, you know, we are free. That's very important. All right. Did you guys take a screenshot for the code? I hope it's coming clear to your side, so you can do it, and you can share it with your friends. Anyone have a question for me? Anyone have a question? My Skype is open. If any Christian would like to call us, we change the rules. We accept calls from Christians too. And I found it very interesting to hear what the Christian they say about what we learn. So if you have anything to say about our topic, and you are a Christian, you can call me. All right? Anyone? As you see here, our program, it's very much about education. And I hope that people, when they learn something, they share it with their friends. Very free. You can download my videos. It's for free. I have many books. If you are a person coming from countries where they cannot afford to buy books, and you don't speak, maybe you have a friend don't speak good English, I have many books, and we are giving them out for free in many languages. Those are my books, so I have my right. It's my right to give them for free or not. In Russian, in Albanian, Croatian, you know, Chinese, many languages. We give them Indonesian. So, like, actually, my books given in free, like in a free with no cost, almost for what, billions of people. Indonesia alone is like, I think, what, 200 million, 250. I'm not sure. The Chinese is more than a billion human being. We have the Hindi, you know, translation. All of India, they can read it. So, you know, we are doing our best to spread the truth between people for free. Going to forward it in my best to you, change Arabian Prophet to Christian Prince. Yeah, but I need to find out how to do it because Rumble don't allow me, you know. I need to find out how I can change the username from Arabian Prophet to Christian Prince, but it's okay. I mean, many people didn't know about Arabian Prophet, right? You know, I can learn magic. For sure, I can learn magic. Just, you know, vote for Joe Biden. Very easy. Yeah. Joe Biden, you know, he have magic. He print money. You know, he want to pay the loan for the student. I mean, you're the guy. Yeah, magic. You know, he want to make everybody drive electric cars, but we don't have any in the street yet. And if they are there, they are very expensive. I mean, only rich can afford those electric cars. They have magic. You know, those Democrats. You know, they want to teach you in a magic way. They want to teach your son how to become change your gender. You know, You send your kid to school in the morning as a boy. He come back afternoon. He says, "I'm a girl." This is magic. No? What you expect? Yeah, but isn't it this is magic? Yeah, those stupid liberals, they have all kind of magic. They don't even know if they are male or female. You know, the first thing that happened when I came to the state, as long we are talking about the stupid Joe Biden, you know the thing. You know, I became a citizen, so I went to vote, right? Then the lady, uh, in the election center, she said to me, "You have an accent. Where are you from?" I said, "I am originally from the Middle East." She said, "Oh, how come you want to vote Republican?" I said, "I'm not stupid. Sorry, how come you don't vote? How come you want to vote Republican, not Democrat?" I said, "I'm not stupid." And she said, "Usually, before that, she said, usually people coming from there, they vote for Democrat." I'm not stupid. You should see her face. And I say to you, really, if you are a person who vote for those liberals, I will say with no question that anyone vote for liberals is stupid. I mean, look at you. You are confused about your gender. You are confused about if you should respect your country or not. You don't even respect your country. You don't have a country. What's your country? You hate America. So what? Why you don't? Why you don't leave the country? Why you don't go to where? Go to Gaza. You go in the street by tens of thousands to defend people. If you go there yourself, they will rape you and they will kill you. So you are a homosexual and you are a lesbian, you are LGBT, and you want to go and say free Palestine. But if you go there for one day, they will kill you. So who is the stupid? You tell me what description I should give to you. You are defending people who beat women, stone women, kill women. You are defending people who they don't believe in your democracy. They laugh at you. So I have to say, all of you, Democrat, you are a bunch of stupid people. I didn't see, if you are defending people who agree with you and you agree with them, I understand. But they don't, and you don't. They are just using your stupidity. As simple as that. Prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong. Free Palestine. Palestine. And the funny is they speak about genocide, right? I mean, those Muslims, they killed 1,400. Most of them, they are women. And then they claim that the Israeli are doing genocide. There is 20,000 people killed. Okay, let's say 50,000. Let us say 100,000. This place have 2 million human beings. And Hamas is going between their legs, between the children and the women, under the schools, under the buses, under. So how the Israeli going to shoot them? You blame the one who is coming after their families to bring them back, but you don't blame the one who is hiding between civilians. You know why? Because you are stupid. And all of us, we need to remember that all of this is sponsored by Qatar. Did you ask yourself, all those signs you see, who's paying for it? Do you think those are for free? People, do you think really the signs, the flags, are they for free? They are not. Who's paying for this? Qatar, the country of terrorism. Uh, it's crazy what's happening now. But you see, we have to blame ourselves too, because we as a Christians, we became so subdued. We became so, let us say, I don't want to use the word potatoes, many of us. We don't fight. We don't stand for the truth. We don't have a voice. And the priest, you go to the church, he says, stay away from politics because politics is evil. So what Christians do? They stay home. And then who is going to take over? The wicked ones. So it's us who gave the wicked. I cannot blame myself because I'm not born in this country. I'm doing my best. I spend most of my time fighting this garbage. But I blame the Christians. Don't don't talk about politics is Satan. But hold on. If we don't involve in politics, who is going to be involved? The atheist. So they will take over our government, over our Congress, over our senators, and then we cry, look what they are doing to us. This is exactly what's happening. And then not only that, they controlled a massive control of the education system, and now your kids are corrupt, and they are stupid, and they are ignorant. The Democrat, they want to stop teaching mathematics. Why? Because there is many immigrants, they are not good. Have you ever heard of such a stupidity? So you are taking the whole country down. So okay, as a student, he graduated from high school, he do not know how to solve a mathematic simple like 2x2 is going to be what now? 6, not 4. So imagine their stupidity. There is immigrant, they don't know, they are not good in math, so we take the math out of school. Mental. So now it's time for us as a Christian to step up and to fight and to show them that we are here. All right? My friend, let me tell you something very simple. If you don't attend your garden, the weed will take over. Do I agree? If you don't attend your garden, the weeds, they will take over. It's a must. And the Christians did not attend their garden for a long time in the West in general. And I don't blame you only, I blame your churches, because your churches told you, we don't talk about. So we go to the church, we just wave your hand to Jesus, pray to Jesus, we are done, bye-bye. We don't have a guideline no more about what we should do, how we vote, how we elect, so people will not pervert our kids. There's a video I played before, I forgot the name, made by 2 Israeli kids, I think. What was the name of the video? That video, present really the stupidity of the West these days, made perfectly. Even though it's a comedy, but it is perfectly what's going on. I forgot the name of the video to play it for you again. Have you thought about joining Republican? I vote always Republican. I never vote Democrat, not even once in my life. From the first day I became a citizen, I thought about it, what I will vote for whom. But I learned You know, in the beginning, they tell you that Democrat is the one who support a new immigrant. Those Republican, they are racist. They don't like, people coming from abroad. They are evil, etc. But then I start, I'm not stupid. I notice that everything they are saying is absolutely false. And only people who hate their country, I say it to you, only people who hate their country, they will support such a party. It's called Democratic Party. In fact, they are not democratic. Is that true? The Democratic Party of Joe Biden are the last one to be called democratic. You say one word, you vote against them, they will go after your papers, they want to check your tax, they want to check your marriage, they want to check your childhood. They do anything to take you down. And now they cannot fight Trump. They knew that they have an idiot in the office, he will lose. So what they do? They want to take out the person by what? By all kinds of accusation. Regardless if you vote for Trump or not, you like him or not. And actually, I find always Republicans are very naive. Shouldn't do the same. Okay, they are taking Trump out of the vote. Do the same to Biden. We have all the red states. Do the same. The guy is he taking bribe. We have evidence. Do the same. Teach them how to behave. Anyway, well, this guy from Bethlehem, we got him busted, didn't we? We exposed him. We don't take a side. We say things as it is. Anyone have a question for me? I want to mention to the Muslims, like if you remember in the Old Testament, we speak about black magic and those things happened to Muhammad. In the book of Numbers, it's mentioned that there is no sorcery against Jacob, nor any magic can harm Israel, which is Jacob. So why the God of Islam could not prevent what he promised, that no harm can happen to Muhammad? Yet Muhammad, he was all over, harmed mentally, spiritually, possessed. You call it black magic, you call it whatever you want. How come nobody was able to put black magic on Moses or Abraham? Or Muslim, they call a guy, his name is Isa. We do not know who's that. They say this is Jesus. How come all those things happen to Muhammad only? Yet he supposedly promised protection from his God. Muhammad, he used to invoke Allah non-stop, supposedly, according to Muslims. To cure him from black magic. And then Allah, according to the story, he sent two angels and they have to do a special tricks to take the magic from Muhammad. Allah even could not. If you remember, once a Muslim, he called me, he's a sheikh, and he says it took Allah 12 months to take the magic from Muhammad, black magic, because the guy, he did it 12 knots. Okay, 12 knots for 12 months. What if he did it 12,000 knots? What the heck is that? And what kind of God it take him that such a time, even if it's going to take him 10 hours? If he is God, what the black magic is? What the black magic? how black magic can be something, you know, like this. Allah Himself cannot cure it, cannot stop it. Especially He promised Muhammad, nobody can harm you. This guy is calling again. I will give you a chance. If you hang up as you do before and you call me names, I will block you forever. If you want to speak as adult,
Okay.
if you want to speak as adult, you are welcome. So now, what do you think about your prophet and their black magic? Go.
So as I told you, we speak a topic that we agreed both on. The last time I told you that we speak on the topic of the prophet and the Quran. What is Hadith
Yeah,
and what is Quran?
this is the
And who is prophet?
but this is the topic now. Is about your prophet. He is under black magic. So what we should do? You don't want to talk
Okay,
about
so what's wrong with that?
what? Isn't it Allah? He promised him.
Okay, let's talk. Tell me
Isn't
the story. Tell
isn't
me
it
the
Allah?
story,
Isn't
because I
it?
don't know the story.
Isn't you do not know the story? Well, a man. He is a
No?
Jewish man. His name is Lubayd ibn al-Asam.
Mhm.
He took some hair from your prophet ass, and he made magic over this hair, and he controlled your prophet from far distance. What do you think?
So a woman took some hair
No,
from
not a
prophet
woman.
and
No, 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 no.
controlled prophet
It's not a
through the...
woman. It's a man. It's a man.
Okay,
He's a Jewish man. He took some hair of your prophet
okay.
ass, and he made some magic, like he said, chocolate, chocolate, coconut, some weird words, and then he controlled your prophet. And since then, your prophet is messed up.
Firstly, sorry for interrupting. Firstly, don't say like you say, because in Arabic we don't say any magic. This is the Arabic speech, and it's clear worship, and that's it. We don't do magic.
What do you mean?
Okay?
It says here the story in front of me that a Jew from among the Jew of Bani Zurayq, he was called Lubayd ibn al-Asam, cast a spell
Mhm.
upon Allah Messenger. So what say you?
Yes, as
Huh?
I told you,
Huh?
messenger of Allah,
That's a lie?
well, simple man. Messenger of Allah was a
Yeah.
man.
Is what?
You have some problem with hearing. I'm saying that the Prophet of Allah was a simple man, and you tell me this is a lie.
No, no, no. I'm not saying he is a simple man or not. I'm saying, uh, isn't it Allah in the Quran promise him that nobody can harm him?
Yes, did whoever put a charm on him harm him?
Yeah, because here we go, your prophet, he's messed up. He can't even have sex. He imagined himself having sex with the wives, but in fact it was the goat. So how that is not a harm? You go to you go in the morning, you say to your wife, "Hey honey, how you like the sex yesterday?" She said, "What are you even talking about? You did not even touch me." Oh, I was touching who? So the prophet now, even his sexual life is destroyed. The guy he imagined he have done a thing, but in fact he never did. So now his reality is mixed with illusion. So we can say, based on your prophet stories and his wife's story, that Muhammad is living as a delusional person, and this is a very well-known mental illness. But you Muslim, you say this is a black magic.
Okay, so
Oh,
what's wrong?
okay, the prophet, he imagined himself having intercourse with his wife, but in fact he did not. So how you can trust Muhammad that he see an angel if the guy, even his sex is fake? He did not do it. How we can trust Muhammad?
Because
How we can trust? Look, the hadith says, Aisha, she said, once the prophet was bewitched. Do you know what bewitched mean?
okay, yes, something like magical or whatever.
Okay, so once he was bewitched, so he began to imagine that he had done a thing which in fact he did not. Okay, so now Muhammad, he came to
Okay,
me and he say, I receive Quran from Allah.
okay,
How we can trust that he is receiving Quran from Allah if the guy is imagining things?
because the Quran is giving clues to points to
What? I mean, the guy, he is suffering now.
from Allah.
He is illusional, my friend. He is delusional. He don't know what he is hearing.
Jude, Jude, do you understand that he was a man? He was a man, like
But
me.
But we are
I'm a
talking.
man. I
We
can
are
say
talking now.
I
I know he was a man, no problem. But now,
yeah.
this
Okay.
guy. Okay, do you agree that Muhammad is suffering from mental illness or he was bewitched? Which one?
No, I agree that kind of you have some mental illness and you want to put it on Mohammed. This is a fact, you
So
know,
you
because you
so
don't have
so
the ability
so
of
do you so
understanding.
you agree? Okay, so do you agree that he was bewitched?
Look, I don't agree with anything what is said from you. I need to check the story
It's
and
not
to
me
see
who
the explanation of the story,
it's
because
not
there is
me
a lot of stories that is explained. But you
it's
go
not
and you don't read the explanation, you
it's
just
not
read the
me
fact.
it's not me he is saying that. This is Al-Bukhari. This is very authentic source of you Muslims, and this is your Muslim website.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not the one who's saying that. This is
Okay,
you.
so if it's this, I didn't check. I need to check it. You say it, yeah, Al-Bukhari is authentic, but did this say actually this same way as you are saying it to me?
Mhm. And
I
now,
need to read all the
now what
story.
is the solution? Here we go. You're a prophet. He cannot even have sex
I
with
will
his
tell you the
wives.
solution. You told that the prophet said that he met an angel and he received a revelation. And
Oh.
you asking how we can trust that that revelation is truth or not. That is your point that you are trying to make. Is this
Okay,
true?
I want an answer. So Muhammad
No,
now.
I want an answer as well. Is this true, the point that you wanted to prove that whatever the Quran wasn't a revelation from God and Muhammad made it up? Yes, this is your point that you want to make.
No,
Is this true?
I'm trying to make a point that Muhammad
No, you are
obviously.
trying to make a
I'm
point
trying. Hold on.
in your
Let me tell you.
way.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
That is why I don't want
I'm
to
telling
speak with
you
you because you
that
making points
that
which
Muhammad is a
doesn't go anywhere.
Muhammad is mentally ill and he is a fraud and he is not a
You are
prophet.
mentally ill. Stop insulting my
Well,
prophet.
prove it. Here you go. Your prophet, he says here, the prophet continued for such and such period. Imagine that he had sex with his wife, but in fact he did not. So now Muhammad is
Okay.
how bad the situation that your prophet, he think he is having sex with Aisha or any of the other women. In fact, it was the
Okay.
goat.
Okay. So
He was having sex with whom? If it's not the wives,
I
Muhammad was
know,
having sex with whom?
Jude. Muhammad had sex with who he was supposed to have sex, and don't go to this topic. As I
No,
told you,
this is
you
the
need to
topic. I'm
establish
asking
first the
you.
base. In order
Muhammad,
to speak with you in Islam, you need to understand what is Islam. You don't know what is Islam. How I can prove you
what is
something that you
Islam?
don't
What is Islam?
accept?
Okay, what is Islam? Islam is having sex with the children. You hate your neighbor and you want to kill the
You
Christians
are a
and the
pervert.
Jews.
Look, mate. If you are a pervert, if
Oh,
you want to have sex with the children, it doesn't mean that everyone is like this. It doesn't mean that the prophet was this
okay.
way. So stop insulting him
Did
and
your
stop
prophet,
saying anything because whatever you say, it's an insult towards my religion. You are
oh,
discriminating
so
me.
did
I
your
can sue
prophet,
you
did your prophet have
because
sex with
you don't have the
Aisha?
right to insult a religion.
Did your prophet marry Aisha
And
at
you
the age of,
insulted a lot
shut
of
up.
people with religion. And don't command me to shut up, dude.
Did your pervert prophet
I'll
marry
hang up.
Aisha at
I'll
the age
hang
of
up right
6?
now because you don't wanna discuss with me properly. You.
Abduls, you cannot talk to them. Potatoes. Their book says that Muhammad he have sex with his children. They say to me, you are making things up. All right. Well, we try to have Abdul what we can do. I mean, but Abdul is not available.
Hello,
Yes, my
Christian
friend.
Prince.
You are live on air. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much for calling me. I tried calling you on Christmas when you said we could all call you, but I
Oh,
couldn't get a chance.
all right.
I called and called and it never came through. I'm Nelson from Ghana, and I've been listening to you for some time now due to a Muslim friend who was trying to convert me to Islam.
Uh-huh.
So I went online, and funny enough, I met you and tables turned. I was like, wow, so this is the religion this Ghanaians and most of these Muslims are in. So I was so surprised. And Hallelujah to you. Still firm in Christianity, and praise to Jesus Christ, our
Amen.
Lord. Yeah, Christian
Well,
Prince,
my
and
friend,
I'm surprised you called.
we are happy to have you, our brother here from Ghana, and
Hmm.
we are happy to hear more Christian African. They are listening and learning so they can defeat Islam in their territory.
Sure.
All right, my friend.
They are funny enough in Ghana here. There are so many of them. Like every village, there's a Muslim community. Every town, there's a Muslim community. And I just pray nothing bad happens in this place because most of the African countries is crazy. But Ghana is a peaceful place. But we just hope things don't turn the other way around. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I could evangelize to people, but I don't think I have the courage or like I have the facts. I have all the information you've given out here, but sometimes I fidget, like I shake when I want to talk to people concerning. Especially, I have some Muslim friends that do come over. I'm a music producer, so they do come to the studio. So I was telling one of my guy, and he was telling me, what funny enough, most of the Muslims say we are worshiping one God, but this guy told me straight that it is not the same God because their God promises different stuff. And I was like, well, at least he's being honest that their God is different from our God. So I didn't really talk much with him, but I work with him. He comes to the studios most times. So I recently he came. I raised another point, but I wasn't getting the information right. I think it was the marriage, but I couldn't get a quotation right. I have a screenshot of it, but I couldn't get it. So I told him I'll get back to him later on. So
What
yeah,
the
so that's my
what the
story.
language people of Ghana they speak? Is it like English or there's they have their own local?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the colonial language is Britain. So
Uh-huh.
it's English, but we
But
have a lot of dialects over here.
okay, there's many languages you mean.
Many, so much,
And what is the
so
majority
much.
of population? Is it Muslims?
Yeah.
Mm.
Nope. It's not
No?
Muslims, but they are almost everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Like every village, they
Mm.
will come there and create their sub village there. So every town has a zongo. The zongo is where the Muslims stay. Every town, even in the city where I am right now, in Accra, the capital city,
Uh-huh.
every community has a zongo, which is
Mm.
the Muslims. Every community has it, and it's so. It got to a time when I started watching these Nigerian Boko Haram videos. I got a phobia getting close to where Muslims stayed. And actually, where I used to be in the Volta region, that's another region in Ghana,
Mm.
there was a fight between the indigents of the town and Muslims. And funny enough, the Muslims always act like the town is theirs. That's what they do. They
Yeah.
had a dispute with the chief. So the people in the town, they didn't really like the chief because the chief was messing up. He was giving the Muslims too much ground. Then, I'm sorry, I'm taking too much of the time, but
No problem. It's good to
so
learn. It's good to learn about your country. We know nothing really about
sure,
this country. Okay.
sure, sure. So these Muslims they did something and they were reported to the chief, and the chief said they should come to the palace and they talk it out. They didn't mind the chief, so they said since they have done that, they are not going to bury anybody in the village anymore, any Muslim in the village because of what they have done. So they didn't mind the chief, and they went and buried the person. And another person died again. And they told them, you are not supposed to bury person because the chief has ordered that you people shouldn't bury anybody because of the disrespect people committed the last time. And they still went and buried the person. So it came up that there was this issue whereby they went and dug the dead body out. The indigents of the town went and dug the dead body of the Muslim out and threw him somewhere. Then the Muslims found out and they marched to the village, to the town square, and started scattering people's shops and marched to the chief's house, burnt his cars. It was crazy. But
Yeah,
the indigents of
we
the
know
town
that
got
Muslims
angry.
are violent, but
Yes,
we always,
yes.
as a Christians, we should not be potato stone. We should defend ourselves. So
Mm-hmm,
we are peaceful and
mm-hmm,
we don't want to harm the
for
Muslims.
sure.
But if anyone attack
Funny.
your house, your community, you should defend
Yeah,
yourself.
so when
Christians
they
should.
attacked, that's when the Voltarians, and in Ghana, the Voltarians are the people that have, I think they do more of black magic stuff. They are very strong in Ghana. So when the Voltarians got angry, they stepped out. All the Muslims went away. They went and hide in their place. Started calling. They used their mosque as a call a call center to call all the Muslims to come with swords and stuff.
Yeah, to
In the
do
mosque,
jihad.
they use their yes,
Yeah.
they use their mosque to call. They whilst they're supposed to use it for prayer, they were using it to call Muslims to come from different. So nearby towns were coming, and the indigenes of those towns, to their chief, told them that anybody that leaves their town to go and fight against the chief of that other town, they shouldn't come back to their town. So it was crazy. So it took almost like a whole month until the president came to the town and spoke before the thing came down, because the Muslims were not able to go out again because the indigents got angry. They destroyed their stores and stuff. It was
Well,
really crazy.
my
So
friend, we can't I wish I can give you more time to tell us more stories, but the point is we need to make that when we say Muslims, it's people who believe that they should take over everything. They don't believe in sharing, they believe in taking over. And then
yeah,
other citizens, they should live like second-hand or third-hand citizen if they can be a citizen.
almost all the communities where they want to
Yeah,
take over that town.
so we need
Like
to be careful
almost all the
about that
communities.
and protect our society. And I hope that you and your friends, you can invite your friends to learn about Islam so we can defeat their religion and we save them. We don't hate the Muslims. We want to save them from the garbage of Muhammad. So invite your friends
Sure.
to join us and listen and learn, and God bless you.
Bless you too, Christian
Thank you.
Prince. God bless you for the good
Take
works
care.
that you are
Take care,
doing.
my friend. Take care.
Thanks for
Bye.
your time. Take
Thank
care
you for
too.
calling. Bye-bye. All right. Yeah, we know how it is. You know how they do things, you know. You have a fight, they call in the mosque, Allahu Akbar, please join for jihad. Actually, the day of October 7, I don't know if you guys, the camera was live when the Israeli launched their attack. Imagine the mosque in Jerusalem. They were calling Muslims for jihad. I mean, they live between the Jews under the control of Israel. Yet the sheikhs, they go to the mosque and they have using the speakers. I heard them. They were calling Muslims to go and do jihad and kill the Jews inside Israel. What is the reference about Muhammad getting inspiration? Yeah, he said, Muhammad, I never received inspiration except by the clothes of Aisha. The Muslims, they try to lie in the translation. They say, this is just a, you know, like a blanket. Let us show you. I'm trying to find the hadith. في ثوب عائشة. Let me try to find it in the English website because this is more important. I can find it in Arabic in 2 seconds. But because you guys don't speak the language, then we have let us see if we can find this one. Because there is many hadith about this story. And it's obvious. Actually, whatever Muslim they try to fix it, they cannot. I mean, this website is really horrible. You search for something, like it show you everything except it show you the words, like a certain word, but I'm not looking for this. Give me a second, hold on. Let us see. Try a different one. All right. Here's one of them. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. The hadith is very long, really. 2581. And let us go to the English translation. Here you notice something very funny, how long the Arabic hadith and how short the English translation. Obviously, the Muslims, they have a special diet when they translate. So when the wives of Muhammad, they were complaining about the way he treat her, so Muhammad, he said, don't harm me by Aisha. I never received Quran except in her clothing. Let us see if the translation mentioned that here. I doubt actually. Yeah, you see, they took it off. I don't see. Yeah, you see, here in Arabic it says, I can give you the link. You can try to search to see if it says there. It says, let me show you the Arabic. لا تؤذني في عائشة فإن الوحي لم يأتني وأنا في ثوب امرأة إلا عائشة. Don't hurt me with Aisha or regarding Aisha, because the women, the wives are complaining he treat her differently. And he said why? Because no inspiration come to me except while I'm wearing the clothes of Aisha. And then if you go to the English, let me copy this part for you. I'll post the text. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to appear for you in Arabic too. If you have Arabic text, you can copy it and search in your Google. And I will give you the link too for this hadith. And you will see the Muslims, they took it off. I don't see anywhere in the English translation it says what it says in Arabic. It's gone. The whole idea is Muslims, when they translate, is to do duct tape. It's very important. Because why they want to take it off? I don't see it. It doesn't say any of this. I don't see it. Let's try another hadith. I gave you the link already. Look here. Here it says the blanket of Aisha. Do you see it? Look at this. Look at this stupidity. Don't hurt me about Aisha. By Allah, the divine inspiration never came to me while I was under the blanket of any woman among you except her. Hold on. The inspiration come to Muhammad when he is under the blanket of Aisha. So what about the inspiration he received in the time of Khadija? If this is about the blanket, what do you think? He just admitted that he never. Let's go with the blanket. This is not the clothing. We will go with the Muslim translation. If Muhammad never received any inspiration under any blanket, except Aisha, then how Muhammad received inspiration in the time of Khadija? For those who are struggling with the sound, I advise you to download the app to your phone. I think that will be better. I think in the app will work better. All right? Try to download the app. Don't open a browser. The same as YouTube. YouTube in a page is different from YouTube in the app. So download the app and that will solve the problem maybe. And why Muhammad he's treating Aisha differently? Simply because she is a child and he likes children's and he is a pedophile. And why Muhammad he receive only his inspiration only when he is under the blanket of Aisha? What is special He is not a prophet in the house of the other wives. He is only prophet, like his prophethood activated only under the blanket of Aisha or wearing the clothes of Aisha. Huh? Do we have any Muhammadan? Yeah, maybe Ramble is not much friendly as YouTube, but there is very important, more important than this, that they are friendly in letting you speak and be truthful. I mean, as you see, YouTube is really it's like an app is possessed by the devil. They want to control you. They want to tell you what to say, what you cannot say. I mean, thank God I don't live in the stupid California, the state of coding. They have 1 million code to make a chimney. If you want to buy something from Amazon, the only state is, nobody want to send to California no more. Nobody want to do shipping to California. Anything you buy, they want to give you a warning. This is might cause cancer. Anything can cause cancer in California. It is the most weird, stupid state ever. And now they are forcing stores to make sanction for a neutral gender. Yeah. This is why they are supporting Gaza. This is why they support terrorists. Do we have any Muhammadan he dare to call us? Any brave Muhammadan from the religion of Abdulism dare to call us? Anyone? I hope you guys are having a good time here with us, and please share the link with your friends, invite them, and tell them a Christian Prince. I hope soon. I mean, we will stay here. We will not move anywhere. I think it's better than I came here 5 months ago. Actually, I made the broadcast, if you remember. But like we have hundreds of thousands of people waiting for me in YouTube, and people like they know me there. But then I said, you know what? I mean, people will know. People will tell people. People will find out. They will come. They will come. And now we can preserve our videos. They will stay here. We will not delete them. And people will learn about us. The community will grow. We will not be under the threat of Joe Biden. I mean, you cannot be not under the threat of Joe Biden, actually. I mean, this guy now, his party, they are trying to take down anyone who opposes their puppy. Anyone, just say anything, they try to, to take you down. But God is good. Exactly, Alanis. It worked. That's the most important. It worked, and we have our freedom. Do we have anyone have a question? Yeah, the word thawb in Arabic mean clothing. It doesn't matter even if it's not a clothing. The Muslims they say no, it's a blanket. But even sometimes they say it's a house. Even the blanket sometimes or the thawb, they say it's a house. But it doesn't matter really what it is. You will notice that this will be very clear, evident that again Muhammad is a fraud. Why? Because that means all the verses he received in the house of Khadijah, they were not from God. Correct? If he received only in the house of Aisha, so all those years he is claiming to be a prophet of Allah, receiving revelation in the house of Khadijah, they were not from God. Right? The best way to share my link actually is to share the image we told you about, right? The image, let me open it again. Give me a second. The code. This is the best way and the fastest way. You can share it with your friend. You can take a screenshot. And then after that, you can let us if you take a screenshot, you can save it to your gallery. And then if you open it from your gallery, you can click at Google Lens. And then Google Lens will find for you the Rumble. So I believe this is the actually I learned about this just yesterday or the day before, and I decided to make this code so you guys can use it. And I think it's the easiest way. Take a screenshot. Be sure that you make the screenshot perfectly. Let us see. Take the bar here. Okay. All right. This is the easiest way. If somebody asks you how to find Christian Prince, just give him the code. You scan it, he will find us here. When you scan it with your phone, actually, a link will appear in front of you on the screen. You click on it, you will be in Rumble. And this is a very easy way to find us. Change the video quality to 720. Are you saying that to me, Jay, or to people here? What do you think about the untouchables in India? Who are they, the untouchable? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this statement. Who are they, the untouchables? There's untouchable everywhere. Like Hillary Clinton is untouchable, right? Bill Clinton is untouchable. Obama is untouchable. Only Trump you can touch, right? I mean, Clinton, he broke an oath. He took false oath. He lied in the court. He had sex in the court. He cheat. Hillary Clinton, she took bribes. She destroyed her server. She deleted her emails. All of those are crimes according to the law, but they are untouchable. Trump, he is I mean, that guy, he is all over the place. They want to take him down. Very, very satanic, party, the Democrat. I hope the Republican, they will learn from the Democrat how they should play. I hope soon anyone the Democrat, they say we want to put him in the election vote, the Republican, they will do the same they are doing now to Trump. Take him out from Texas. Take him away from all the Republican states. Do the same. Play the same game. Teach them how to behave. I really don't advise you to make this place your main. What we can do, I mean, we go to YouTube. YouTube is a hell place. I can't even keep my videos on YouTube, my friend. After all those years, I have almost 0 videos on my channel. At least here people, they can come back and they can watch it. We have a smaller number of viewers, but better than, losing our things. Is it true that Umar ibn Khattab had sex with Muhammad? For me, if I want to go with the evidence have to be clear, and I believe there's no clear evidence that such a thing happened. But you can make assumption based on text, but clear evidence, I don't think so. Remember, at the end of the day, we go by what Muslim says, not by what we think, right? The best way to defeat a cult is to take what they say and they accept and defeat them with that. Like, sometimes some of you says to me, did you see the video of Jay Smith? Jay Smith, he have a group of friends who do, like, let's say, historic studies, etc., which is very good. Uh, like, okay, Muhammad does not exist. But for me, I don't find this useful for me, because if I want to make a Muslim leave Islam, I need to make him listen to me. Saying that Muhammad does not exist will not make the Muslim listen. It's like coming to a Christian saying to him, Jesus never exists. There's many atheists, they say, Jesus is a myth, never exists, you know. So is that how you, no. For me, I use what they believe in to defeat what they believe in. I don't go by assumption. It have to be clear and clear evidence. All right, welcome everybody. I hope you guys subscribing. All right. Well, if Muhammad he hug him with his being naked, you know, there is many stories, but we cannot say. I mean, does it say he have sex with him? No. You know, obviously Muhammad life is so strange, full of weird stuff. Obviously, he's not a decent man. But as I said, in order to go to a conclusion, I have to say, you know, it doesn't say clearly that he did that. Like as an example, Muhammad he lay down in the bed, and his legs touching the legs of Umar or Abu Bakr, or you know, and then and he don't cover himself. He's showing his testicles, and then when Uthman come over, Muhammad he cover himself. Why? He claimed that Uthman, the angels will be shy from him. But this is a very silly excuse. Did Aisha get remarried? No, she cannot, because the Quran forbid the wives of Muhammad. This is how evil Muhammad is. You know, Muhammad he forbid his wives, from marrying anyone after him. He's evil. If you ask any Muslim, uh, do you Muslims encourage a woman her husband die to marry? They say yes, absolutely. This is because she might commit sin if you don't. Okay. So how come Muhammad wives nobody can marry them? In fact, in the Quran, Muhammad he said, وَلَا تَنْكَحُوا أَزْوَاجَهُ. Don't if his wives. You see, the Muslim they say the word nikah mean marriage, but this verse in the Quran actually clear. There's no way it mean marriage, because simply they are wives of the Prophet. If you go in the Quran, chapter 33, verse number 53, Muhammad he made special verses only about his wives. And in this verse, chapter 33, verse number 53, he made it clear that none of you can if his wives. The Muslim translation says marry, nor that you should ever marry his wife. What do you mean? He's alive. How they can marry his wives? Then the Muslim they add between two bracket his death. But that doesn't make sense, because the verse doesn't say after his death. Did Allah make a mistake? Stupid Quran. Because if this is what's meant, then he should say you should not marry. This is why the word marry is not there. It says وَلَا تَنْكَحُوا زَوْجَاتَهُ, and don't, and you never ever if his wives. Remember, it's talking about when you talk to them, you talk to them from behind the curtain. You don't look at them. You don't deal with them. You stay away from them, and you don't if them. And this is the word nikah. This is not about marriage. However, the Muslim they say this is about not to marry after his death. So no Muslim can marry the wives of Muhammad, because now they are his chicken. Well, I made a post in the other account, and this is how many of you came here. I don't know when the strike will be moved from my account, the one above 155,000. When they move it, I will be able to post the video, what we can do. This is why we keep asking you to subscribe in Patreon. It's for free. So you will be notified when, you know, when we need you, you know. Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine if the Bible had a verse like this? The Muslim will be all over you. It's obvious, my friend. All cult leaders, all fraud people, they want from you money, sex, and power. Do we agree? All frauds, all cult leaders. You will not find one of them. He don't do that. Three things they want: your money, your women, and your obedience, power, authority. For what reason? I mean, they have all the reasons. I'm a person, I don't speak what they like. Everything I do in YouTube is against their guideline. But anyway, this is how you know, actually. Like, you know, for me, this is why I don't like many who claim to be even Christian priest. You know, like he talked to you about the poor and he have a big villa. I mean, you see, I'm not a priest. I'm not a priest. I'm not a minister. I'm nobody. But if I am a person who decide to be like all my life to God, and I don't want anything from this earth, then why I need a big villa? And why I need the prestige of you know, fancy clothing and a car? You know, when they invite me to do first time actually, I was invited to an American church. They said to me, "How much you charge?" I said, "Charge for what?" It's for you to come. Why I want to charge you? I said, "Okay, because everybody charge." I said, "No, but if you like to help, you can help me with the cost of the airplane. If not, I will pay for it." You know? They said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." So all the, you know, I don't charge. Help me with the, if you can help me with the cost of the airplane, I will go. I remember once, you know, I was invited to a church. I did not even use the drink in the refrigerator because I know they have to pay for it. I did not even eat. They told me you can go to the buffet, just show them, they will scan your card. Anything you buy, anything you spend, it's on us. I did not use it. I went to McDonald's, you know, I searched in my phone, where is McDonald's? I went to McDonald's. I know that the hotel is very expensive. So why I want to make this church, you know, pay for my, because that will make it expensive food now. Yeah, all those who make speeches, they charge. Do you know this guy, what his name, the Ustad in Indonesia? What his name? I forgot his name. There's an article about him. He charged $5,000 for each speech. Ustad, let me remember the name. Ustad, let us type Ustad, his name will come. Ustad, Indonesia. Yeah, so he charged, I saw the article, he charged $5,000 for a speech. And trust me, this is not only between Muslims, there's a lot of, you know, frauds between the Christians too. A lot of them. Only $5,000. Only. I mean, in a country like Indonesia, you know, that's a great business. You make a speech for 2 hours, you make 5,000. Who can beat that? And your clothes is clean and nice hotel. You know, when Zakir Naik went there, there's bodyguards, there is a limousine. I mean, it's a great business. It's a very big business. People have no idea. And you know, if you became famous, you know, a president, they will meet you, ministers, they bring police around you. Yeah, it's a lot of you know, Zakir Naik in the president office. I don't know who is this president. Zakir Naik with the King Fahd. This is the guy who he died, you know, the previous king. Do you see it? It's a you know great business. This is why now Zakir Naik is trying to make his son to take over the business. What do you think about brother Rashid? He's a very nice guy, you know. I like him, but I think he is so soft, you know. There is one thing, you know, us as a Christians, you see, I don't like soft debaters. When you speak to Muslims, you have to be tough. So he is a wonderful person. He's an ex-Muslim, and he did a lot of work, you know, to spread the truth between Muslims. So I have a lot of respect for him. However, when it's come to debate, I think most, maybe 99% of Christians, when they debate, they are extremely soft. They need to change that. Yeah. Dr. Dr. Wahid, I don't know, president of which country, meeting Zakir Naik. Yeah, sure. Yeah. This is Tayyip Erdogan, the terrorist of Turkey, with Zakir Naik. So do you see how, you know, how powerful you will become if you are a person doing this business as a Muslim? They make a lot of money. All of them, they have a very fancy lifestyle. Like, you know, the leaders of Hamas, do you know where they live? Fancy, extremely fancy villas. Those they used to be street boys. And now they live like kings. The head of Hamas, his worth net, they say, according to reference, whatever it is, you can search it. I think it was $4 billion. How somebody was a homeless person in less than 20 years, he have $1 billion, $4 billion, sorry. If you search right now, actually, I saw it from Islamic website. This is not even a Christian website. Let us see. Hamas leader net worth. Let us see. The total actually is 11 billion. I mean, poor. I feel sorry for them. We should give them donation to Gaza. You know, those stupid people who give donation, the money go to those people. Otherwise, where they get the money from? Where the money is coming from? If those people are, you know, look, I just searched it. It take you 2 seconds. Net worth. This is a New York Post. If you don't trust New York Post, you know, whatever you want. Hamas leaders worth 11 billion. 11. How? You see, if somebody, let us say, got lucky doing business, $1 million, 2 million, but this guy, he's giving his life to Hamas. What he do for a living? Is it possible that a salary will make you own billions of dollars? Zakir Naik, he have 500 employees. 500 something he mentioned. How he can pay for them? And is he paying from his pocket? No. And he make a lot of money from those 500 employees because he used them as a reason to receive more and more money. I don't have any employees. I have 0 employees. And then they say to you that they are serving God and they are people of God. How many slaves Jesus he have? How many slaves Paul has? How many servants? What about Peter? What is the palace of Jesus? What we know how those disciples, they have a miserable life when it's come to money. And how even Christian leaders these days, they have all those, they claim to be bishops, they claim to be etc., but they don't live the life of Christ. Your Excellency. So just to be honest here, in both in Christianity and in the garbage of Muhammad, you will find the same. But the difference is, Muhammad himself is the biggest scam. Muhammad, he took the fifth of the booty. Muhammad, his daughter, she owned a city. When Muhammad he died, Fatima, she argued with Umar because Umar want to strip her from owning the whole town with the people. Muhammad, when he attacked the Roman, he said to his Muslims, attack the Romans so we can get the blondie girls. So the difference is, if we have some Christians doing business, that means they are a scumbag. They are not Christians. But in Islam, Muhammad himself is a fraud. Do you see the difference? And now we are in a time that if you are a fraud, if you are a criminal, the children of America, they are supporting you. This is how stupid they are. This is what happened when the Christians leave their children to the mouth of the devil. They gave the atheists full control of education. Everything is controlled by the atheists for the last more than 60 years. And this is the fruits you have now. This is why we as a Christian, we should stand up and fight again. And education is very important. Never let your child learn about his future, his life, from a pervert, from an awkward person, because he will make your child an awkward person. If you in your town there's no good school, then you better do homeschooling. If your town does not allow you move, your child is more important than your town. Do you agree? Move to different state where you can teach your son what it's mean to be a boy, not a girl. He's a boy. They want to confuse your children about everything. If you speak about Islam, they are Islamophobic. You look, you have all the security in the world. It's just because of Islam. And you are talking about phobia? Why you have security in every airport? Is that because you have a phobia? Why we are taking off our shoes, our belt, our computer? Because of Muslims. This is the truth. Before 9/11, we used to walk to the airplane. Nobody even opened his bag. Your family used to walk with you to the airplane. Is that correct or I'm lying? You spend trillions of dollars because of Islam, and then they say to you, you are Islamophobic. Even Muslims themselves, they don't trust Muslims. Like, do you see this guy, the president of Emirat? Why he welcomes Zakir Naik? Do you know why they welcome them? And they give them money and gifts. Do you know why? Anyone knows why? Why they do that? Why the president of Emirat, he do that? I mean, Emirat, you can have, there's nightclubs, you can have a girlfriend, there's mafia, you know, I mean, what is a relationship? The relationship is very simple. When somebody gets so famous, those Muslim leaders, they bribe them with money so they don't speak against them because they knew they have influence. So we invite Zakir Naik. We make him stay in 7-star hotels. We shower him with monies and gifts to his wives, his children, and apartment, a house, villa. He will be in debt to us for the rest of his life. This is why all the Muslims leaders in Islamic countries, when somebody becomes so famous, they shower him with money so they can shut him up. He don't speak against them. Do you understand why? So if a Christian prince was a Muslim, and you know that all Muslim government, they knew about me, I will be invited by all those leaders and they will shower me with money. So I will not speak against any of them. And if you are a religious man and you became very well known and you speak against them, do you know what will happen to you? Anyone knows? You will be executed. There's a very Muslim, very well known, I forgot his name, let me remember. I forgot, I think Al-Uda, hold on. This guy, he have, I don't know, 5 million followers in Twitter. He came online and he said what he should not say. What he said? He saw a dream. Okay, what you see in the dream? He said he saw the messenger of Allah. And he want to meet with a group of Muslims. Let me see if I can find the video. And in the story, Prophet of Allah, they told him, I found the video. Very, very short video. Cost him his life. He's gone. The guy is gone, is dead. They took him to court, they will execute him, and they execute him. They did execute him. Let me see if I can play for you. Here we go. This is the video. He saw a dream. The dream cost him his life, literally. This guy, he have, you know, millions of followers. But how dare you to say that Muhammad in the dream told him that we cannot meet in this country because the government are against us. He said that in the dream. He posted the video in YouTube or in Twitter. In less than 30 minutes, he disappeared. And then the Sharia court, they prepare a long list of accusation, causing disorder, bringing the kuffar, destroying the country. I mean, all of them, they are sheikhs, they work for the king, you know. Long list. I mean, this guy is an evil man, by the way. I'm not saying he's a good man. He's a terrorist too. But just to show you why they showered. So they shower him with money, by the way. They shower him with money. But this guy, he made a stupid mistake. When he spoke about this dream, he made a big, big poo-poo. Do you see their houses? Look at their houses. Do you see the villas? They own big villas. They have tons of slaves and servants. They have a very luxury life. I mean, look at the life they have. Look at the villas they have. Actually, there's a video of him. Let me see. Just to show you his villa. Hold on. There's a video of his villa. You will not believe it. You would think this is a house of a king, or you know. Where is the? I'm trying to find. I don't remember the name of the video of the video. Hmm. This guy is a Muslim Brotherhood, by the way. He supports Muslim Brotherhood. I'm just trying to find the video about his house. Yeah, if you see the house, you will not believe it. I mean, and where the money is coming from? I mean, this guy is a sheikh in the mosque. Where the money will come from? How your business as a sheikh will make you, you know, live a life of a king, literally. You have tons of servants, slaves, many cars, many wives. Let's see. Let me add the name here. I'm searching for the video. They have lions in the garden, tigers. I'm telling you. I mean, the lions alone, they need a lot of, you know. Yeah, they are very poor. They are struggling, brother. Look at this video here. I saw this one. Prince Mohammed ibn Salman is coming to the house of one of the sheikhs, the Sheikh Al-Fawzan. The Fawzan is just another famous sheikh. The royal family themselves, they are coming to kiss their ass because they need them to support them. And look at the villa of the guy. Do you see? The royal families, the one who control the country, they come to visit them. It's not like the sheikh is going to visit them. No, it is the prince himself coming to visit them. Yeah, because this is how important they are. You know, those sheikhs, they can make a revolution against them. Millions of people, they obey them and listen to them. So if this guy, he say, let us do jihad against the king, you know, well, jihad will be, the whole country will be burned. So the royal family, they have to come and pay them a visit. This is why they have to shower them with money. They have to take care of them. They have a massive salary for those sheikhs in Saudi Arabia. All of this is just to buy their obedience and their support. Otherwise, you know, they will be in trouble. Buying the religious leaders is very important in corrupt countries. And there's always there's a price. Always. Yeah. All right. I think we have a good time. Did we have a good time, guys? Is it enough for today? Or you want more? All Islamic countries, they do the same. All Islamic countries, they have to take care of those big sheikhs. They give them a royal life, bodyguards, villas, big huge salary. It's very important to buy those. For those, they can move the street against you. And they can do the opposite. They can control the street for you. So which one is better? To pay them and let them control the street for you, or the opposite? So the best way always to make them work for you is to shower them with money. When you make them showered by money, they will, okay, the king is amazing. Yeah, he's wonderful. Like, who is now the sheikh who dare to speak against the king of Saudi Arabia right now and the crown prince? They allow women to drive, there's nightclub, there's music, there's dancing, there's all kind of crazy stuff. This is not allowed in Saudi Arabia, never. But who dare to open his mouth? There's two methods they use. What they did to this guy, as an example, is just to make an example of him. You open your mouth against us, death. They killed him. Do you remember this guy, Khawashaqji? The one who they cut him pieces, they made him shish kebab in Turkey? This is an example. You speak against us, even if you're abroad, we will cut you pieces. The other method is, the better way for them is money. So you speak for supporting us, then they pay you a lot of money. You speak against us, then we cut your throat. That is Islam. And this is the method since the time of Muhammad. The Caliphate, Uthman himself, actually all the Caliphate were killed by Muslims. The grandsons of Muhammad killed by Muslims. This is how awkward, filthy this garbage cult is. Anyway, guys, I hope we have a good time together. How long we are here? For a few hours right now. Let me know if you think my broadcast is too long to watch. Maybe we can make some short ones, and we will keep the long ones. The one who like long, So let me know, and please tell your friends about how to find us. We made the code. You can find it in Patreon page. You scan the code, you make a screenshot of the code. You send it to your friends, and this is the easiest way to find out where I am going live. Like instead of sending a link, etc., they can just scan the code. So I want to say thank you all, guys, for being here. And I appreciate all your support, being here, inviting your friends, and those who make donation. Just be wise in the way you support us, and we appreciate you. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. And Muhammad is bewitched. It's in their book. Muhammad is mentally ill. Is in their book. Muhammad under black magic is in their book. Muhammad died by poison, yet he claimed that Allah promised him no one can harm him. It's in their books. And this video contained a lot of information, all of it coming with evidence. And now we understand why the Muslims, they hate the Jews very much. Because everything happened to Muhammad, everything wrong, is done by the Jews, or they expose him, the Jews expose him. Like the story of Alexander the Great, Zulqarnain. They came to him, they asked him, they made him think this is a prophet. So the stupid Muhammad, he took the bait, and suddenly Alexander the Great became a prophet of Allah. They are making fun of him, and he take the baits. This is why later he discovered. And then at the end, they killed him. Muhammad, he killed the Jews, yes, but because he's a greedy, because he loved money, because he loved to enslave people and control them and sell them. He allowed a Jewish woman who he took her as a slave to work in his kitchen. And the result? He died like a rat. Thank you all. May the Lord bless you. And until we see you soon again, this is your brother Christian Prince, who is serving you humbly for today. Take care. And tell your friends about our ramble.